All right. So we are back. It has been 2 weeks, too long. And so let me give us a quick rundown. There may be something in here that is a little bit off. If that is the case, please let me know. Although it is to the best of my knowledge. Unfortunately, I don't have the. Well, I guess I could have. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So, last time. Last time we started directly in combat as the large, brute-like undead creature jumped down from above, entering the fray. Despite its large size, you were able to ascertain that whatever was holding this undead tyrant together could not be strong, and through clever decision-making, you were able to chop through the creature, severing the remaining joints and tendons, until eventually felling it. As you cleared up the rest of the undead, you had a few decisions to make while checking over the bodies. The path forward being one, while searching the area and hoping to get a few clues about which possible direction Valdiras had gone. Unfortunately, there was no way for you to tell, and so you had to default to your original plan of just going through the quickest path, despite the heightened dangers. After checking over the bodies, only one thing became clear. The undead nature of these creatures was with purpose, a rune left behind on each of their bodies. Indication of some sort of ritual, and the necromancer who created this rune. After checking it over, it became apparent to you all that Shad, in particular, seemed bothered by this news. You weren't able to tell by his face as it was masked, but his demeanor changed swiftly. Shad promised to fill you all in on the news while on the road and to not bother around much more, right? Get back on the road. Everything would be fine. And so off you went. And while traveling, Shad did fill you in on the information that he was aware of. The necromancer connected to this rune, where he had come from, why Shad was here. And so, with all that in mind, continued to press onwards. After some time, and just before dark, you came across what appeared to be an abandoned campsite. 4 large tents set up, enough to fit 4 people in each tent. The remnants of a fire and a few cooking accessories sat around it. Beyond that, though, nothing seemed out of sorts, and not wanting to risk staying at the camp, you all actually packed up the seemingly abandoned tents and continued on your way. Not long after you had gone, you picked a decent spot and pulled off of the main road, settling camp. Some of you sleeping with your pup tents, while Escucho specifically took to the trees. After taking watch, I think last on watch was Ignus. I'm not sure if Ignus was first watch or last. I believe it was last, but
I think it was last watch. Yeah, it was last watch.
Okay.
Ignus went after Shad as the last watch.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. And so, through the evening was just fine for each of you until it eventually came to Ignus. Ignus, unfortunately, you were quite distracted by many number of things. Gazing into the fire, thoughts of things happening around you. And so, completely unaware of your surroundings, until you heard the very light snap of a twig from just behind you. And so, let me go ahead and set some things up. Okay, so. And here we are. So currently, I should probably put these conditions on you. What a good guess too. So, let's see. So Hercian, you, Shad, and well, maybe not Escucho, because Escucho's sleeping in a tree. So there's probably something. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. But at the very least, the 2 of you, because you are up close and personal. Let me you are technically unconscious. So, as you are sleeping through the night, there you go, and there you go. Okay. So the way a situation like this works, particularly in Pathfinder, is because of your failed check, they were able to get so close. But now we technically roll into initiative. Although what that means directly is a little bit. We'll find out, right? In any case, what I want to say, Ignus, is that hearing that snap from behind, you just slowly turn your head and you see creeping up on you. They're much like the reason that they're so quiet is there's actually not much to make sound of in this area, and because you were so just unfocused in this moment, right? You just didn't hear the slow crawl up to you, and so okay. So
look back to see like two bears the size of like Buicks, I guess.
Exactly. And actually, I'll do you a favor. I'll put them a little bit further, because I don't think they would have gotten, realistically, could they have gotten, fucking within that close, Bears creep up on people all the time, but they're probably not that close, right? Not like 5 feet behind you, right? So I'll give you that much.
Very stealthy.
Like tap on the shoulder, like.
Maybe you can have have the bears roll like a self check to see how.
Well, that's how we handle this part of it.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, do you guys have music? Is it like?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna get some music going. I just wanted to see if this was gonna jump right into combat or what was gonna happen here, because there's obviously opportunity for something to happen, but we'll have to. It could very well go kind of like another way. So, but
we won't go much further.
Yeah.
One at the bottom is Yogi. One at the top is Boo Boo. These are smarter than your average bears.
Absolutely.
Boo Boo, we gotta stay out of the campfire light.
Hidey picnic baskets.
So let's see. Do I roll perception again, or?
Well, this would be initiative, right? So technically,
okay.
Just
roll initiative with. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll initiative then. Okay.
All right. But let me go ahead and get this one going.
Are we all rolling since we're technically unconscious?
Wait, let me see. So that'll be an 8 for one, and then. Sorry, 1 second. And okay, so a 19 for one. But yeah, you're technically unconscious, so you can, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you're still in it, but you're basically, it's almost as if you unconscious.
Do they like lose a turn or?
No, because it's like there's specific rules around unconsciousness. So basically, if you're unconscious and have more than 1 hit point, typically because you're asleep or whatever, you wake up in one of the following ways, right? Each causes you to lose the unconscious condition. You take damage, right? So immediately that'll wake you up. You receive healing, that'll bring you up. Someone shakes you awake with an interact action, or there's loud noise going on around you. But loud noise isn't automatic. At the start of your turn, you automatically attempt a perception check against the noises DC, which is, whatever it would be. And then if they're trying to stay quiet, it'll use their stealth DC. So like in this instance, because there's something going on, because one of them rolled. Oh, actually, no. So Escucho would be aware of both of them. So it would bring him out of unconsciousness, but it wouldn't like remove like the fact that he's in a tree and all that stuff. And then, yeah. So let me go ahead.
So I'm like immediately. Like I can have my like turn when the encounter.
Exactly.
starts.
Yeah. It just has to beat So the way it works is like, because you rolled so high, you are aware of both bears here, right? But if you had rolled, say, like just enough to beat the lower value one, like, so
Well,
say you rolled a 10.
I didn't roll like perception yet. I just rolled initiative.
Oh, correct. Okay. All right.
So,
And yeah, so essentially, yeah, you've all heard the bears sneaking up. Let me update their thing. So one is a total of 8. The other is a total of 19. All right, perfect. Okay. So essentially in this instance, right, the bears have been quiet, but not so quiet to be completely unnoticed. And actually, based on the rolls, it's enough to awaken Shad and Persian in this moment. The 1-8 bear, right, as the lower, maybe he, kind of steps up onto a log as he's like crawling over, drawing himself closer, but the log is hollow, and so underneath the weight of this massive black bear kind of snaps down underneath him, and that loud cracking noise immediately springs you all at least to consciousness, but everything else after that, yeah, so then we shall, let's see. Okay, so we begin. Skucha, you've heard these two large creatures shambling in, and let's get some music on as well, because I'm pretty sure we'll know what happens here. So, seeing the two creatures start to make their way in, what are you doing as you jump to consciousness? So you're unconscious, but you're kind of up in a tree. So I'll say you probably, if it's one action to like stand up, then it probably is like is there a drop action maybe?
That's something I've looked up.
Yeah, to like jump out of a tree basically, right? Yeah, I'll say
like maybe I roll like an acrobatics checks or something, and we see how good I manage.
yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll say it's like one action to just kind of drop down. Because you haven't picked like a massive tree to hide in or anything like that, right? So it's, you're just kind of sleeping up there, right? So as you kind of sprung awake, yeah, makes sense.
It is a free action to drop a weapon, so dropping your body off a tree. Free action.
Dropping your body off a bridge.
Yeah.
So I need like. So I need like one
Assassin's
entire.
Creed leap.
I need one action to like drop outside of the tree, and I can do nothing else with that action. Correct?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, you could probably make a leap, right? So you could just jump, right? That would give you some movement as you jump off the tree.
Yeah, like I'm interested if like terrain stalker is like still in effect.
Yeah.
Should be, right?
Double check this. So, well, undetected by non-allies in that type of terrain, you can sneak without attempting a stealth check, as long as you move no more than. Yeah, I'd say you could, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because then they'll probably not like jump out of the tree, but like slide down the tree trunk or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I would need to draw one of my daggers.
All right.
Am I even armored?
No, you wouldn't, because you can't wear armor
Yeah.
while sleeping and get the benefits of a
I
night
can,
rest.
but I am like you get a penalty for it.
No,
Yeah.
you don't get the benefit of a long rest, basically. So it's like
I thought you would get like 1 point of exhaustion or something, but you don't get any benefits at all.
you don't get any
No,
benefits. Yeah,
Okay, like that doesn't matter. I don't have the armor on. And
fair enough. Yeah.
what does the do on time for like light armor?
Let me see.
You know, or
Yeah.
like it probably doesn't like I will look it up between the turns because I will draw the dagger and I will use the envenom action.
Yeah, let's see.
to put to spit poison.
Takes 1 minute
onto
to
the deal.
don light armor. So
Oh, okay.
all right. Okay, so you'll spit poison.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I slide down the tree, draw a dagger, and spit poison on it. And
Onto your
lie
weapon.
in wait.
Okay.
Onto my weapon. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And I'll say, as you kind of spring awake and kind of jump around, you look kind of around the area. You notice that these two large bear creatures only have eyes on the camp. You get the feeling that they are completely unawares of yourself, right? So. All right. So that is so you slid down, drew your weapon, and went ahead and envenomed the blade. Okay. So, so in this instance, you are aware of the creature, Ignus. But in this moment, it does catch you flat-footed. So I'm going to drop the condition on you for a second because it was able to. The way.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, and as you kind of turn, the creature still moves forward, but it doesn't necessarily move forward aggressively, right? So like it's, it will move up. Yeah, I'm trying to, because they're not like, you've kind of just turned and noticed them. So it's not like you've made an aggressive posture towards them. So how to play this out, right? Yeah, they'll come up, and then they will okay. And basically, the creature is looking around the campsite, but it is sniffing heavily as it does so, right? So it's like you can hear its nostrils as it draws closer. And so I'm gonna have it roll an athletics check. No, sorry, athletics. Having it do like a I'll have it do a perception check. As it kind of sniffs out the area, you see that it's basically looking for something here. Wow, hey, really lucky that wasn't an attack, So, it sniffs through. You all have kept your gear and stuff near you, correctly, right? You didn't leave anything in the cart other than the tents. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I remember it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, immediately it walks up to you, Ignus, and because you haven't made any sudden movements or anything like that, it's going to use kind of its snout to kind of grab onto your bag and kind of just grab it and kind of flip it, and all of the shit inside is going to come spilling out across the ground, and this bear is going to start eating the rations inside. So that'll be its actions for now. Shad, you wake up, so you're no longer unconscious.
But Shad doesn't really know what's woke him up, right?
Well, you don't really know what's woken you up, but as you wake up essentially, right? But you're still laying down, right? You're still all of those things. And so,
Question about. Sorry, go on.
Well, I'm gonna say you notice. Well, I think technically you would have only noticed the one that rolled lower, but because of the way this one walked right up, as you kind of wake up and gather, like get a sense of your surroundings really quickly, you can easily and quickly see two large bears approaching this camp.
Yeah, but he's still in the tent.
But it's a pump tent, right? Isn't it like a?
Yep.
Aren't you like half in, half out at all times?
It is. No, I thought it just literally it was like a
Oh yeah, so you're in the tent. So
spring
yeah,
button.
I guess you heard them. You heard the cracking of the loud wood, and that's kind of roused you from your sleep. But I guess technically you don't see them because you're inside of an object. Yeah.
Yeah. This is where I am. So question
Damn, I was
about.
giving you the good one. I was giving you like a lean
No,
too.
no. Let's lean into it.
All right.
Question about action and movement. Shad can move up to 25 feet on one movement action. Does
Correct.
he have to use that movement in that action all in one go?
Yeah.
Say if I had him step out and he moves 5 feet, that's that action gone. He can't use the other 20 feet within that same action.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could move, I guess, but I guess technically to get out first, it's probably like it's like a tent. We'll just say like one action has to be spent to kind of basically. I guess you could technically crawl out, but.
But no, he's okay. He's getting out of the tent. He's standing up. Bleary-eyed.
Okay, so stand up, step out.
He's looking around, bleary-eyed. There's a campfire, but it is dark. What's in the name of the Two Cheese Guild hell is going on out here, Doctor?
Jesus Christ. All right. And so you step out, and at this point, then you are immediately made aware of this massive black bear that is stood right up next to Ignus and kind of rifling through his belongings. And I'll say you see the other one as well approaching, standing basically right now on like that sunken in snapped log.
All right then. And he's going to self-preservation being the forte. He's going to cast shield on himself.
Okay.
Straight away.
Well, you kind of step out lazily, like, what's going on? And then, what the, and immediately kind of bring up shield. And so, there you go.
So he's got one action left.
Well, stand up, step. To stand up is one action. So to step outside, 2, and then shield is 3. So.
Right, okay. So,
there we go.
So there he is.
All right.
Doctor, don't move. Their eyes are trained to follow movement. Or is that something else?
I can see that.
Okay. All right. So, Hersian. You two are no longer unconscious, but I guess you're still in the covered tent.
I was still in the tent. We talked a lot about bandits before setting up camp, and he hears a loud crack, right?
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. So that's like his first thought, that it's, bandits.
Okay.
So he's going to use an action to, once he wakes up, he's going to, draw his halberd, and then he's going to step outside.
Okay. So stand up, draw, and step.
Yeah.
Okay. That's your 3 actions.
Right, standing takes up 1.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Before the end of my turn, I must ask, has Hersian seen a bear? Were they native to the island?
Absolutely, probably not, actually. Yeah. This is probably your first time seeing a large bear like this in person. Yeah, for sure. This is foreign to you. This is some foul beast that is set upon your camp.
And he is, against better judgment, for those who would know, is more than ready to go to town on these bears.
Okay.
They're seeming to eat our rations.
So, as you step out and you notice them, do you say anything? Do you react in a loud surprise? What the hell is that?
What?
That's your music, I think.
Where's the
Polish commentary?
Where's the Russian number stations coming from?
No idea. All right.
These bears speak in tongues.
Exactly.
The
Russian bear
I told you.
arrived.
Cocaine bears.
It dropped like a random ad in like a video that typically would never get an ad, but okay. Very strange.
Very strange.
All right.
Will stream fall foul of Rule 9.
There we go.
Oh, I'm technically not. But I'm still flat-footed.
Oh yeah, but you're no longer. Oh, sorry, you stood up, so you're good. But yeah, how do you react as you step out and see these 2 massive creatures approaching? Right.
Kind of speaks in his native tongue, trying to find the word for massive dog or something like
Fair enough.
that.
Yeah.
And then yells, "Under attack!"
He yells. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he yells. Ignus. The creature's right up next to you.
Oh man.
Seems to be not paying you much mind as it rifles through your belongings and eats up the rations quickly.
Let's see. There's two things I can do. I think what I'm gonna try and do is he's probably pissed off from being, stuck up on by a bear. And then second is, again, his food's, like, he's probably gonna lose like a bunch of his rations. So he's gonna just, let's see. He's gonna use the elemental embellish and just like bring up some display of kind of fire around his face and just like yell at the bear, like, get away from my things.
Okay.
And that's gonna be basically intimidate with like non-verbal but like visual component. So
yeah, so that'd be it. I think at a -4.
Yeah, but like it doesn't have the -4 because it's a non-verbal component. Like, there's no language requirement. It's the what's it called? It's the racial.
Oh,
thing.
do you have the?
Yeah, I have the elemental embellish as the like you can do an intimidate with like a visual, like a trick kind of, like use fire or elements or something. It's a heritage thing.
Okay, all right.
So you don't get the like if you don't have to worry about language because it loses the auditory and gains the visual effect.
Okay, fair enough. And you don't take a penalty when you attempt to demoralize a creature that doesn't understand your language. Okay, perfect. Nice.
Yeah, so it's like he just kind of piss off the bear. It's like he has a sword in one hand and his bell near, just like get away from my thing. So that's the first action. Second action, he's gonna.
You're attempting to demoralize, right? You're attempting to
First demoralize. So yeah,
Okay,
first
alright.
demoralize,
Yeah,
and
that's
then I'll try and exploit vulnerability, and that doesn't
Okay.
work. I'll run away.
Okay. So let's see the first thing. All right, you have to make an intimidation check against the target's will DC. So,
Never
oh
mind.
man,
Oh my god.
I think that's if we discount the 2-week break in between, I think that is
he's on a
double
roll.
natural ones in a row.
That's
But
double natural ones. Yeah.
all
In a
right.
row. Stuck up on a bear and then he tries to frighten a bear against frighten instead.
Oh yeah, you.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
In this moment, you kind of, you use the flame, right? And you try to kind of add this element of fear to the creature. And it only seeks to immediately kind of, the bear will just kind of rear up, away from the rations for a moment. But you've spooked it, but it is now like angry spooked, right? And then it kind of like, it's, yeah.
All right. Now it's just like he's just kind of faltering and he's going to try and use his, what's it called? His core ability to identify a weakness he can exploit. So, exploit vulnerability against the bear. I don't think it'll have any innate weakness, but then just it'll use the mortal fear or aspect or whatever it was.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, so you attempt to scare this beast off, but yeah, go ahead and roll the check for me.
Oh, yeah, that was the esoteric. Sorry, it's been 2 weeks. I haven't plugged this in at all. All right, it's an
No problem.
esoteric thing roll. I'll roll it now.
Yeah, against the esoteric lore, against the creature. Man,
Standing.
looking at it, I mean, this thing is so big, and the Jesus, from a 1 to a 2, this creature is so large, right? Being up close and personal.
Sailing boats.
Yeah, being up close and personal with this creature, I'm going to say that in a moment of maybe fear kind of coming back onto you, right? In your own fear, you look at this creature and you think, like, it can't have any weaknesses, right? That's the thought that kind of bursts in your mind. So
I think with failure, you can still exploit the personal antithesis. But again, it's just against that specific creature.
yeah. So if it is,
I mean, again, it adds that flat damage if I hit it. But I'm not
Yeah.
gonna hit it now. I'm just gonna run away. He's just like he's spooked by like his like friggin' death bears out of friggin' nowhere.
Yeah.
He's just
And
gonna like.
this is definitely spurred on the other one. So everywhere.
So last action is first action was the demoralize that didn't work. Second action was the exploit vulnerability that didn't work. Third, he's just gonna try and run away closer to where Hercian is.
Okay, so you just try to
get some, just to get some space between him and the bear.
Okay.
Hopefully, he still hasn't fully healed, so he's just kind of desperate at this point and kind of panicked, and he's just gonna be like, you know what? Where did these bears come from? He's gonna curse and then he's gonna back up to kind of just beside Hercian.
Okay, so you try to rush away, put some space between you and this massive beast, and so as you start to run away, and you're specifically the one that kind of flared up with the fire and everything, and so as you do so, it spooks the other one as well, and this one is going to rush in aggressively, immediately. Because there's two people in the way, we're gonna go 1-2 Ignus or 3-4 Hercian, because Hercian has also come out and kind of yelled, right, like we're in combat. So the two of you could have definitely spooked this creature, and so all right, so the focus is on Ignus, and so the creature will take 2 actions to rush here right into the fray, and it's staring you down, and it is going to let me see. Okay. Okay.
Still flat-footed, I think, right? I think this is probably still.
Yeah, technically, it would still be flat-footed in this instance. So, the creature will, rush forward and bite at you. Take a massive bite in your direction. Critical hit. So, rushes forward. This thing is looking to run you down and maul you. And so, as it does so, holy shit. I think you are
18. I think
down.
I'm dead. Wait.
You're down. So.
I only had 15 HP left.
Very rough. So, you are in this state unconscious, and because it was a critical hit, you are immediately at dying 2.
Ouch.
So, and let me see this real quick. Sorry, I don't know if this is a cost action or not. It says grab. List grab in its damage entry, which I don't believe this does. Okay.
It's out of actions anyways, right?
Yeah, well, I was wondering to see if it was like a free action, because it says like automatically, right? But damage entry. Smash automatic grabs target until the end of the creature's next turn. Using grab extends the duration. Yeah, so this will just extend the duration. But it doesn't, so the bite does not play a part in this. So basically the rest of you watch as this massive beast rushes forward and just snaps and grabs onto Ignus, kind of yanking him to the ground, kind of shaking him like a battered animal, right? Just kind of throws him around, and then Ignus will just kind of go limp and kind of be thrown onto the ground to the side. Okay. All right. At this point, you're gonna hear from across the way, like sounds of like fear, almost like, oh my god, right? As 3 figures from right where your wagon is will appear, and they will enter the fray for next time. Like, is that like, oh, like, you know, they're being attacked by bears is basically what you're gonna hear. And so.
Sorry.
Two.
Okay.
Just
So
you've got Bandit on there.
Yeah,
Merchants and bandits
Yeah.
going to the rescue.
Yeah, I wonder why they were
man.
near the tent.
So, but comes around. This one sees what's going. Like he kind of. This is the one who's like turning and looking at the other two that you can see immediately in this moment, and he's like pointing and he's kind of like screaming out like they're getting attacked by bears. And so, this guy is going to kind of like step over a bit and just kind of like I'm gonna make him, there's not really like a role for it. Basically like what he's gonna do is he's gonna try to steal the bear's attention, right? Like hey, you know, like fucking like a Jurassic Park or some shit, right? You know, like you know, he's trying to get the attention of the T-Rex, right? You know, like hey. And so I'm not sure if there's a type of role for that works well. I'll just make him roll like an athletics against the bear's like will DC to see if like he can, you know, cause enough commotion to kind of draw the creature's attention. And I'll say that he does, as he steps out and he kind of yells. This other creature that was still rifling through the rations of Ignus will kind of turn with a very focus, and this guy will start to run away basically. So he'll use one action to step over, distract, and then take his full secondary action to like another, so it's 15, to start to like run off to the side. And so Escucho, from your perspective, right, you've watched Ignus kind of just get mauled like by this massive bear, and now a few other people have appeared and they're like, you know, they're actually drawing the attention of one of the bears away.
Yeah, do I need to spend like an action to like or like can you describe these people like more? Like I want to like look at the people first to see like who joined the
Fair
fray.
enough. Yeah, two of them look like, you know, they're pretty raddily dressed. They're not very, you know, they've got armor, but it's like kind of like a patchwork really. On a quick glance, like they may have like a blade at their side, but it's not like a sword. It's like a, you know, like a dagger at best. But the other one seems pretty heavily armored, the one who kind of took lead with drawing the attention of the bear. He has what looks to be like a large kind of single-handed club, and he's got studded leather armor that is on.
Yeah, but they look like kind of rough, right?
Yeah, they look a bit rough. The two at least. The other one looks a bit well dressed, like a lot nicer.
Yeah, like nicer, but like more. But like I imagine, like is he nicer as like for someone from the city nice, or like somebody who like knows his way around the wilderness nice?
Someone who knows his way around the wilderness nice.
Yeah, right. So he knows how to like keep himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Well and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I would use my movement action to move. To be very careful. To here.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I would like to throw my dagger.
Okay.
And I think I get like a penalty because it's like 1 increment further from like the throwing range.
I believe it'll be automatic. Yeah, range increment. 10 feet.
I didn't target him, but.
Oh yeah, let's see.
It should be like a -2, I think.
Yeah, because you're. Yeah. So, yeah, the blade, you throw the dagger and it will just, you know, spin in the air and just kind of go over the top of the bear. It seems like in this moment, right, the bear has kind of like put its head down and kind of essentially dug into Ignus. And so the blade just kind of goes off the top.
Yeah, then Scucho curses quickly, and then I would draw my rapier and my parrying scabbard.
Okay. All right. So, draw your rapier. Did you empoison the dagger?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, just making sure.
But the poison bears are like no,
Yeah.
like so poison.
1 second. There we go.
Yeah, that's my 3 actions.
All right, perfect. Okay, so rush into the fray. The other bear is going to spend. How many turns does it have to spend? So 35. Oh yeah, it's just going to rush this guy with a speed that he is not necessarily expecting. It is going to rush forward. And it is going to essentially kind of do the same thing. It's going to attempt to maul. Just kind of rush him down, grab onto him, or bite down on him. Jesus, this guy's. Well, okay. So, yeah, this guy, whoever he is, your guardian angel, whatever you want to call him, he's immediately overwhelmed by the bear, and the bear will start to just dig into him, kind of shaking him around. So, Shad.
Are we sure these bears aren't solemns?
Yeah. Just it's to be honest, good rolls, right? A fucking
Oh yeah.
an
Oh, yeah.
18 and a 20 on the attack so far.
Oh,
Fuck, man, that hits anybody.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Okay. Right, shows it. Right then, that's how it is. Okay, Doctor, that's right. You play dead, and he's gonna run over there.
All right.
No.
With one action. And with his other action, he's going to. I need to target Ignus for this one, don't I? He's going to cast Stabilize.
Okay. So within 30 feet. Okay. So you remain unconscious, but you are no longer dying. Oh wait, sorry. You lose the dying condition. You gain the wounded because you've been brought back. And so you gain a wound and your dying is down. So you lose the dying condition, but you remain unconscious at 0. Okay, so you're still technically 0 hit points, but you're just not dying. Okay,
At least he's
Back
not
in second
dying.
guess,
That's what I was going for.
fair enough. Okay, yeah. So you don't have to
And
make
that's
rolls.
it, because
Yeah.
that's a double action. So
Okay, all right. Hercian, and let me take a look at this. So, if you're at 0 hit points, but go ahead, Hercian. I'll just do this like while I'm.
Yeah, I am going to do a little bit of rage. Why isn't it?
There you go.
Flying off, please. Game.
There you go.
Ooh.
So,
Oh yeah, I forgot that you had to do it.
yeah. Oh no, you just drag and drop where it says effect, grants effect rage.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind for the future.
All
Anyways,
right.
this
Okay, so
this one
minimum
right
10
here.
minutes. Okay.
yeah
All
is
right.
going to get a hopefully feel these high rolls, but hit it back with them.
Okay.
Ooh,
Very nice.
Nice, nice,
So-
nice.
You slam the halberd into the.
First hit on the bear. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
roll.
Gotta roll damage.
He's
All
gonna
right.
do 13 damage.
All right. So immediately, yeah, you slam the halberd into the large bear, and it wounds it greatly. Right, you dig, you sink it in, you kind of pull it back, and there is a large open wound now, oozing kind of red blood. The creature kind of reacts violently, right, kind of turning in this space. Okay. So you raged, you attacked.
And then I am going to. Oh no, I'm two-handing. I cannot do that. I was going to grapple. But. Can I grapple with. Oh, you
Sorry.
can't grapple with the weapon.
Nah, yeah. You have to at least have a hand free, or you have to have a weapon that has like the grapple
Yeah.
trait on it. But
And we're going to go for a second attack then.
okay, all right. So trying to you set your feet and go to swing a second strike, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. The second one does hit too. Go ahead and
Very
roll it down.
good. Very good.
Nice. Yeah. Total of 9, absolutely. So yeah, as you slam these 2 attacks into the creature, kind of raking it across the body, immediately these 2 open wounds kind of spill open, spraying blood kind of around. The creature's still standing tall, but at this point they're very, very visibly wounded, and you do not get the feeling that they will stand for long. And so Ignus, you're not dying, but you're unconscious, and you're at 0 hit points. So
Yeah, so I've got. Yeah, I'm just gonna be
yeah,
playing the role of a temporary corpse for the time being.
a temporary corpse for the time being. So come around. I'm gonna make a morale check for this guy to see if he is, after watching the boss essentially get run down by a bear. Yeah, he is.
Nah.
He's. This guy's running, and he's fucking gone. So, we'll take him out of the initiative. There we go.
Well, thanks for the visit.
Yep. So, okay. So the bear turns to you. Now that you've slashed it twice, it is going to swing its massive claw in your direction.
Bring it on.
That does hit.
That's
and
still
so,
too close to a crit.
and you will be grabbed. And first, you'll take, wow, the lowest amount of damage it could possibly deal to you.
This is not like D&D. Wow.
And the creature is going to then yeah, I mean you've dealt a massive damage to it, but it can't attack you with the claws anymore. It's got you held basically by the by the claws. So the second attack is gonna come in and is going to grab starting the next turn. Creature's grabbed by whichever part. Yeah.
It just, I mean, technically it could probably do like a bite, right? It's got one of those.
Yeah. Well, no, I was looking at the grab feature. If it uses the action, that means it keeps all creatures grabbed by it. But in this case, you're just automatically grabbed, right? So you're just you're basically in the maw.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's going to just make a bite in your direction. Wow.
Good.
Because you are grabbed, you're a lot stronger than the creature maybe even thinks you are, right? And so as it kind of goes and like tries to snap its jaws on you, unfortunately the first bite will miss, but so it attacked. Technically it has another attack. I think it's just gonna make another bite in your direction, this time at full penalty. And it will miss greatly. And I'll say, because it critically missed, because I think this is interesting, we'll say that you are able to kind of pull yourself free, so you're no longer grabbed.
Yeah, kind of like moving its arm that's holding me into the way of its other one. You know?
Exactly. So, come around. The other one, we're gonna do the same thing. These are not necessarily warriors. They're kind of, they're followers. So, what will this one do?
Oh, damn it.
Unfortunately, they are also running, and we shall remove them from the initiative order. So,
Don't leave. We've got tea.
they are
They're
not listening.
inspired by Shad's.
Yeah. All right. So this guy is going to do his best, having gotten their attention. He's going to try to bring his club up and just beat this bear as best as he can. He'll hit it. All right, creature take 9 points. He's gonna. Yeah, at this point he's been bitten. He's gonna start to run back towards you guys. So first action will be to run up here. So he smacks the creature, gaining like a momentary chance at at getting away, and then he's gonna take his secondary action to rush back in the direction of the camp. And so, Scucho.
Yeah, when I move here, he should be flat-footed, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Just watch out for the fire.
No, like dance, jump around the fire, dashing across
Cartwheels around.
to the bear. Jumping across like Ignus' body as well. Still lying there
Don't
unconscious.
step on his skull.
And then I would strike him with my rapier.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Nice.
26.
I
That does
Didn't
crit.
smite him again.
Yeah, that does crit. So go ahead and roll critical damage.
And rolled normal damage. So do I double it now, or what do I do now?
You hit damage and not critical.
Yeah.
I'll give you a chance to hit critical because you technically rolled lowest possible damage. So
take those.
Yeah.
Take
That's a
those.
bit of a difference.
so yeah. So we'll remove that. And yeah, so you take a flanking position against this massive bear creature that is, basically kind of ripping into Hersian at this moment. And this is going to be more than enough. So describe to me how you use your rapier to fucking drop a massive black bear.
Yeah, as Kucho would like rush across Ignus in the fire, like probably do like a like jump across, roll, and come to a stop. Grab his rapier and just push it straight through the skull of the beer, which just
Perfect.
missed. That's all.
All right, yeah, your rapier goes straight through and kind of pull it through. And the creature is kind of, we'll say the black bear is kind of turning to you and it's like opening its mouth, right, to kind of come after you now. But you take that moment, pierce through the soft flesh interior of the mouth, straight up through the brain, and with like a kind of broken sound, you pull the blade free and the creature will collapse at your feet.
Yeah, and for my third action, is my dagger nearby, or has it like bounced off? Or something? The one I've
Your
thrown.
third action, I'll say, I think technically it would be like since you threw it, I think it would technically be like a seek action, right? So
Yeah,
to try and find
that
it.
doesn't matter in that case because I would just drop my parrying scabbard and draw another dagger.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So. Okay. So next turn. Yeah, that massive bear turns, having been clubbed down by this guy. It's gonna rush him again, right? Roaring with all its might as it approaches. We'll take another. We'll say this one's a claw, actually. Jesus. So this guy's hit for another 8 points. And then yeah, it'll take another bite actually. Rush, bite, claw. But the bite will miss. But he has this. You see the bear that the other bear that initially approached, right, drawn away. Well, that would-be helper kind of now rushing back towards the camp is immediately run back down by this massive bear, and it kind of comes up to it and grabs a hold of it with the claws as it strikes it, and looks to bite into him, but the snapping sound fills the air. So, Shad.
Okay, Shad, seeing that the threat is not as close as it once was, and seeing his favourite party member is on the deck, he's going to rush back and go. And now, question: did Shad get the benefits of a long rest for the time he was sleeping? I want to know if he's got the heal spell back.
Because you had, I believe so. Because I think, well, no, actually, no. Technically, no. Because you would technically not have it back because you've only gotten 2/3, right? And you're in the middle of the final third to regain everything.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a spell slot available. Okay.
Hey, but
I'll
it's been
take
hours since I've healed him. The healing kit.
Well, I can do that, but that's gone really well in the past.
Yeah.
And I
I mean,
and I
that's
think
for
you need
everyone
a feat.
though.
I
That's
think
for
you need a feat to treat wounds in battle. Like
Battle
battle medicine,
medicine?
is a feat.
Yeah.
Like if you have it, you can do that, but if you don't, you can't.
Let's see.
Ah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
right, that
patch your
takes
wounds.
10 minutes.
True, I think that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's a feat. Because like I built another character with exactly that feat in mind.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So without battle medicine, unfortunately, you cannot bring him back. Or you can't, however you're looking to do it.
Okay. Right, well, okay, let's. We can't do that. The measure can be. Well, at the moment, he's just unconscious, isn't he? So he's used one action to move. He's going to use the other action to try and wake Ignus. And he's going to say, "Okay, Doctor. Well, we've been through this before. Put this stick in your mouth and bite down hard if it hurts, and hopefully Ignus will come out of it with the threat of impending medicine."
Fair enough. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, so you
man.
shake him up a bit. So we'll say what, like an action to kind of shake a.
Yeah, an action to wake him.
You know what? Roll me just a straight d20. Let's see. Because technically it's supposed to take like a minimum of 10 minutes, but stranger things have happened. Okay, Ignus, you are back with 1 HP, and you are conscious. And so
Don't do medicine on me.
there you go.
I'll survive.
Well, that's not very grateful, is it? I've brought
Yeah.
you back from the dead.
Yeah, the fear of having Shad
you
work
sure?
on you is enough to kind of shock you back into a life, right?
I think the dead and the one who don't move are a specialty.
Yeah.
And he knows exactly what to do.
All right.
Right, he's too
You still got
far
one
away
action. Yeah.
Yes, he's too far away to do a lot else apart from he's just gonna we'll just do shield again. Just on the off chance that he might need it.
Okay, perfect. Well, actually, let me see. Shield immunity. I have to use shield block. Okay, never mind. So, perfect.
It only stays on for one round, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, no, I was looking at the shield immunity part of it, but you haven't used the shield block, so you won't have the issue with being able to cast it again. Okay. All right, so Hercian, having this creature just recently, grab a hold of you and get really close at, kind of essentially just chomping you down. What are you doing?
He's kind of got like a smile on his face, like, yeah, this is what I've been adventuring for. This is the kind of challenge I need to be building myself up for.
There you go.
He sees that there's, a gentleman, probably a thief, considering where they were, or just somebody who was traveling. He still helped them regardless. He's just going to use 2 move actions
Okay.
to kind of dragging along his halberd behind him.
Okay.
And I believe this will flat-foot the...
Yeah, it'll be automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he is just going to...
Yeah, just
like
make
as
sure you
he's dragging
target.
along... Yeah, I'm going to target him. Just drag the halberd along the ground and then just make a big ol' sweep
Okay.
from below. And, come on. No!
Swings
Yeah.
wide. The creature currently has a hold of the other one, right? So he's just kind of mauling him, basically. Ignus.
That's his turn.
Yeah.
With 1 HP.
Yeah. You're bloodied. There's a huge wound open still now to the elements of the world, right? You are still not bleeding from it, or quote unquote bleeding from it, right? And you were laid out on the ground. And you got Shad standing
stood
over you,
over him.
clicking with the metallic
This point.
healing
Oh,
tools.
man. I don't know what's worse. Chad's on this side, the other side of the bear. Like, I'm not sure. Was the bear better? He's just gonna be. Let's see. The most he can do is just kind of use one action to just basically somehow stand up and then just like move away from
Oh
both.
no,
of
you should rest.
You should treat that bear. I'm gonna go to a tent and die there in peace.
Okay, so
So that's he gets up, goes to a tent, and
Throw
I
yourself
mean,
inside.
I guess, not pull himself inside, but he's just gonna like brace against it and just kind of like I don't know, take cover. Is take cover an action?
Okay, yeah. Let's say take cover. Yeah, that's definitely an action. So you
Yeah,
gain the
take cover
benefits of
beside
cover. Okay, perfect.
So yeah, take cover beside the tent.
All right, nice.
Just it's too winded to do anything else except like just mourn the loss of his rations
Fair enough.
and being treated by
Yeah, the way this whole thing has gone down. All right. So
surprised by bears, killed, brought back.
yeah, it's a rough life.
It's really done a number on his self-confidence.
Absolutely. So,
Right.
the other one, the one held by this large bear, is gonna swing on him again with his club. Unfortunately, the club does hit, but it just kind of like it's like when you hit something that's just built right, it just kind of ricochets off the bear's body, and then he's going to make an escape attack. So
Did the flat-footed apply?
yeah, it does.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me see.
Yeah, he doesn't have the bear doesn't have the condition on it.
Yeah,
Wait.
and he has like a +9. He had that before. and
Oh,
he
you know
rolled
what?
a 6, so.
It's because of. I think it's because of this. Yeah, let's see. It still wouldn't hit even with the flat-footed, unfortunately. But you're right.
Ooh.
It didn't catch the flat-footedness, unfortunately. So he's going to attempt to escape in this regard. So
Yeah, like maybe we and the bandits aren't like allies as far as the side is concerned or something.
that's what it is. Yeah, that's actually what it is, I think. For sure. So, alright, so he wants to make the. Where the hell is it? There we go. Okay, so he's going to attempt to escape the hold of this creature. So. Unarmed attack against the DC of the effect. Okay, so athletics DC. So it has to beat Jesus. Okay. I think a basic attack. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this manually, unfortunately. So plus. He absolutely does not escape, and so with this final action, I think he's just gonna attempt to swing the club a second time, trying to slam it into this creature as best as he can. And he fails. He's fucked. So,
oh man.
he is just screaming like, help me, please, and so that's Cujo.
Let me. Yeah, I would need 2 movement actions to get to him. Yeah, and I would take those to walk to here.
Okay.
So 2 actions, and then I would strike with my rapier, and let me select the guy this time.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Ooh.
You strike out at the creature. Unfortunately, it's holding the body of this. To the best of your estimations, this is probably like a bandit of some sort, right? But he's just holding on to the body, right? And as he kind of moves, you're not necessarily wanting to hit the bandit, right? He's kind of helping in the battle with this creature. So you stab out, and unfortunately, it just it gets close, but it kind of like just moves through the hair of the beast, so it doesn't necessarily hit the skin.
Yeah, that's
All
my
right.
turn.
Okay, so having him grabbed already, let's see, having him grabbed already because he didn't break it. Sorry. The creature is going to take another bite against them. Actually fail. And then take a secondary bite against them. Critically hit. And yeah, with a loud snap of the bone, whoever this person was, they're unfortunately lost to time as this creature just chomps down, just eating them thoroughly, right? Blood everywhere. The creature kind of looks up, like now kind of aware. I think it'll be, yeah, we'll do 1-2 against 1-2 against Escucho, 3-4 against Hersian. All right, so instead it'll turn to you, Hersian, and swing widely with its final claw attack.
Well, it's got like a -10, right?
It does, and yeah, it misses terribly. So, Shad.
Okay, Shad's going to look to make sure he doesn't lose any more cannon fodder by supporting his party. And he's going to move up to the front of that pup tent. Here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you let me stabilize our NPC?
Sure. If you're willing to spend the thing for, I'll say this is not something that'll be regular, but sure. In this case, I'll allow it.
Okay. Seeing that the guy's fallen, seems to be wanting to help. What the hell? Gonna go for the stabilize.
All right.
And that's Shad's turn.
All right. So I'll give him. He's still there. Okay. All right. So, Hersian.
He's gonna plant his 2 feet down and gonna hopefully finish off this bear in a single swing. Hopefully.
It's a big hit. Enough to hit. Gonna roll damage. 13. Big
13.
slice into this creature. Again, the wound opens immediately. A spray of red blood. The creature's very injured, but still standing.
He's going to try to take the pointy end of his halberd and thrust it through.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, very good. Very good.
And so, I think it'll absolutely be more than enough. Yep. So,
I did it. Yeah.
It's all good. The first one is the one we'll take.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Escucho, I guess from the opposite side, you see as this creature is turned and looked at Hersian. The back of the creature is facing you, and with a massive swing after the first swing, setting your feet and then thrusting the halberd straight through. Escucho, you are right up close, in the first row to see the halberd of Hersian slam through the back of this creature, spraying you with a bit of its blood.
Yeah, they probably bent over backwards to like dodge below it.
Yeah.
Through the bear.
Yeah.
And so, with that, this creature is now fallen, and I will say that we are now out of combat. So, 2 massive black bears snuck up onto the party, but they have been dealt with, although not without a good amount of pain to get through it. So, let us change the
I was
music.
gonna suggest, can we harvest some meat from those things?
First
Yeah,
I will
unless-
look out if there's anything more around, and I would like to dash towards the car or the nearest vantage point and just
Oh,
have
yeah.
a look around in the Like, what time is it? Is it like dawn or like what?
Yeah, it's like just at the point of dawn, basically. Go and roll me a perception check as you rush over, looking around to see if, because there were two figures, right? They
Yeah,
rushed
like
south.
those especially, but like anything else that might be like roused by the sounds we have made, like anything else. That might
Looking
be...
around, no, it feels
Are
feels like
horses
everything's
okay?
clear. The horses are fine. Yeah, the horses have been kind of pulled away. We'll say that you kind of took them off to the side. Maybe they're grazing, over here or something.
I just want
Like
to
a
make sure
life
the
or death.
bears didn't kill them first,
like a life or death battle going on. The horses are just chilling. They're grazing.
Yeah. They're grazing. They're chilling.
They do be chilling.
They do be chilling. Okay. So, so you go over, you check it out. Seems fine. Shad, you step over to the what you believe to be an bandit, correct?
Yes.
And you rouse him back awake. He's injured. He's going to need some help before he comes conscious. Yeah.
Now then, sir, thank you for your help. Just take this stick in your mouth and just wait. Right, we'll do a medicine.
Okay.
And we'll see how this
I
goes.
so hope that you fail. That'd be so funny.
We'll finish him off.
Oh man. Yeah.
Right.
Let's check.
Oh man.
Oh boy, here we go.
So, there's no circuit. Right, I'll just roll it.
Okay. It works. So, what is the healer's tools thing again? Let me see. Or a medicine check, right? Let's see.
15
It was
for
DC 15.
2d8, I think. If it's a normal DC.
Yeah, 2d8. So gonna roll a 2d8. If you could, please, Shad.
Not like that.
A way to do it is if you look at the bottom row, you should see like some dice. It'll be the third one over.
Yeah.
Just click it twice. I don't know.
That's
Very
pretty good.
nice one too. Yeah.
Very good.
So we'll say that the majority of the damage to this adventurer, warrior, bandit, whatever you want to call them, has come through the form of like that singular wound. And so as you jump into the fray, you quickly kind of take your healer's tools and you spend a few minutes, but you get the wound closed up perfectly fine, right? You throw some fresh water from your you kind of pour it over, make sure the wound is clean, and eventually they kind of come to consciousness. 10 minutes pass, right, to be able to do it like this. So it takes a few minutes, but finally they're kind of aware, right? As you've now sewn the large wound on their body closed, and they kind of come to like a quick start, like a jumping to attention. And they're kind of panicking a bit, kind of reaching around them. They kind of grab a hold of your cloak, Shad, right? Kind of holding you with both hands, and then they kind of slowly come to the realization that you were helping them.
Take it easy there, fella. Thank you very much for coming to our aid. I bet you won't do that again.
What? He's kind of like getting his bearings. He'll kind of sit up, kind of leaning against the dead bear, right? Kind of look around. Glad I could help. Jeez, what? They must have been hungry, I guess. Are you all right? The rest of you okay?
Well, I can't speak for the other fellas, but it seemed to be a bit of an easy fight for me. I didn't see a scratch.
You didn't see much of a fight either.
Oh no, I saw it all.
I saw it all. Yes.
Are you up for coming near the fire?
Yeah. Please, if you could help me up. He kind of puts an arm out. So, Ignus, what were you wanting to do? Sorry, I saw now you put the plus.
I think as Shad's treating the bandit, he's gonna try and go over to where the bear was, recover his healer's tools, and try and self surgery on himself. I guess. I don't
Okay,
know.
all right.
With
Roll
with
for
the
him.
Entire possibility that he's gonna kill himself.
Got 1 HP.
doing this.
Yeah.
Just gonna slit his
Bad man.
wrists. I've had
Yeah.
enough.
I mean, Shad's experimenting on a stranger, you know.
Okay, yeah, give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Like Chad's worked on the stranger, so now he's just like, you know what, luck only goes so far. So maybe you got lucky with that one, won't get lucky with me. So let me just try this and see what happens.
All right, go ahead and treat
yeah,
wounds
so-
under exploration.
Yeah. I'll just treat one.
Yeah.
While this is going on, can I just recover my dagger, or do I need
Oh,
to
yeah,
do anything
absolutely.
special for it?
Nah, you're able to. Absolutely. So you're able to get a hold of the dagger. It still has a bit of the poison on it.
Oh,
Just
just
enough.
barely.
Just enough, but enough to
Oh my
bring
god.
you back. You spend some moments.
I am no longer a corpse.
No longer. And you definitely do some work on yourself to figure things out. And so, Escucho, you see it kind of glinting. The sun continues to kind of rise, and finally it's starting to feel like a bit like morning. And so you grab a hold, keeping a watch out. Everything seems clear still. You look around. Whoever the other people were with this individual have, seem like they're gone. So as you keep watch, all seems clear. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to move over to the normal screen. So Shad, you help up this individual, bringing them over to the fire. Hersian, what do you want to do?
Oh, it's not that important. He's gonna drag these bears or whatever they're called towards the fire.
Okay.
Since somebody said that they wanted to be skinned, so
Fair enough. Okay. So
that's all. And
Nice.
maybe if somebody would explain what these are,
yeah, fair
you
enough. fair enough.
kind of look around and be like, "What are these things?" They're like large
What
is
dogs.
That's the kind of art. They're called bears. They are probably the largest animals you will find around here if you don't run into anything strange.
He looks a little disappointed when you say.
But there are
large
strange things around, so when Escucho catches this disappointment, the meat tastes kind of tough and has to be simmered a long time to be edible at all, in my opinion at least.
Sounds like a hearty breakfast.
We'll have the breakfast if you have a few hours, or if you don't mind chewing on leather for a while.
So, you kind of get closer to the fire. Shad kind of help this individual come across and set him down. As you kind of set him down, he's actually been wearing like a helmet this entire time. He's gonna kind of quickly undo it and just kind of pull it off his head. And as he does so, you see he's got short black hair, a bit grizzled in the features, and some wounds of past battles, small scars on his face. And he'll kind of like finally like he's breathing fresh air right now, thank you for that. Looking to you, Shad. And it seems like something kind of comes back like fresh into his mind. He asks, the others, were they injured? Are they hurt?
Oh, those fellas. They took tail and ran. I offered them tea, but they just weren't interested.
Bears will do
avoid-
that.
They avoided hurting themselves very well.
Yeah. Well, they don't know you, so not in their nature to rush to the defense of others, I guess. Not yet, at least.
What are you doing around these parts, if you don't mind us asking?
Well, I kind of looks around, like almost like he's kind of getting his memory back a bit, right? Me and the others were part of the personal guard of a minor lord. Probably not anybody any of you would be aware of. We were camped out and we went for a search. Left our things behind, and when we returned, all of our tents were gone. So me and the others came to
All your tents.
see if we could find. Yeah,
Surprising.
he kind of looks around, not like these, motioning to your tents, a little bit bigger. Have you seen anybody like that? Well, have you seen any tents like that? I guess if you're here, did you come from Valdiras, or are you coming from the opposite direction?
We are like, we are coming from the city, and I think I remember seeing some tents on the road, but there were 4 tents, as I remember correctly. 4 quite big tents.
Yeah.
I've only seen 3 of you.
Oh, there's others. But Shad.
Well, it's funny enough. We did pass this other party going south back to Valdiras. There were quite a few of them. Rough-looking coves, all armored and weapon. They had a carriage. Could have been them.
I hope you're not suggesting that we can't really lay that kind of accusation at the foot of one of the great powers of the city. You have to be more careful about these kind of accusations. We don't know what happened.
I didn't say it was for definite. I said it could have been them.
I see. Shad, roll
What
me
you heard out
deception.
of your mind.
Yeah. Roll me deception, because I know you're playing it pretty well. I'll give you a +2 circumstantial bonus to whatever this is.
Okay, well you can add +2 to that then.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So,
Yeah.
Very good.
he just kind of hang his head a bit. Well, the Lord that I serve is not going to be very happy to hear about that, but it sounds like it might be a possibility. Although, in any case, Hercian, go ahead.
Arcian's just gonna... He's gonna get up silently, go up to the cart, and he's gonna grab one of the tents that we stole. We have a spare tent. You've earned it for helping us out. He's gonna hand out the tent that he had laid claim to out to this bandit.
Okay. Yeah, so the bandit, I guess what you now know is not necessarily a bandit, right? It's
Yeah.
more of a bodyguard of
knight.
some sort. But he'll kind of look up. That's very kind of you. Kind of looks at the tent. Man, if that wasn't a natural 20, Shad, I think a few things start rolling in his mind right now.
Clicking.
What a lucky coincidence.
Yeah, but
Yep. While
yeah.
Hercian's doing this, Shad's got his head in his hands.
Yeah, if that wasn't a natural 20, I'd have some things. But you see, like, he's still injured. He's still kind of hurt. He just kind of proclaims like, "Oh, that's basically the exact kind we had. You must have got this from Valdiras. We bought it in the city as well before we left. Are you sure? I do not want to put you out. I mean, I know you have tents around, but if..."
Where I come from, we sleep under the skies.
Okay.
I do not
You're-
need the tents. However, it
You're
is...
injured. as Hurton said. You're injured. It's better to not bleed out under the open sky.
Yeah, well,
Person can manage. He'll heal.
I feel I'm only
I
alive
can't.
because of you, although I did come to your aid regardless. Thank you. And he'll kind of take a step up,
Mhm.
kind of pulling himself to his feet, and he'll kind of walk over and take the tent.
If you feel indebted to us, repay this kindness to us.
Well, he kind of thinks about it for a moment. Not really sure he feels indebted, all things considered.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
No, just the way that he put it.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey,
Hersian, I think every debt is paid by this wonderful man. But you haven't given us your name yet. I am Eskusha, by the way.
Yes.
Spot and handler by trade.
Handler by trade. Oh, well, I guess you're currently at work with them. Sir, my lord could use your services, but obviously you have your own business to attend to. But he'll step forward and you actually kind of put his hand out to shake your hand, Escucha. He's got the tent with the other one.
Yeah, I never know where the winds will take me, so what was the name of your lord? I'm
Yes.
always looking for gainful employment with
Absolutely.
the right sort of people.
Yeah, well, I myself, my name is, Frank. But my lord, is, Oscar Grun. He is a minor noble, but in any case,
Do I know him? Do I know the name Oscar? Probably not.
you can. Nah, I'd say there's no point in rolling because it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, there's no way you would have come across his name. It's definitely a minor,
just if he was like involved in like my backstory.
No, yeah, definitely not.
I was shooting for.
Yeah, definitely not. No, this is a minor noble from, based on the name, not from this part, so kind of visiting. But your name is did you give him your name? Sorry.
Yeah, I told him I'm social, like a hunter and tracker by trade.
Fair enough. Your home is Valdiras? He kind of asked you.
For now at least.
Okay.
I am looking for some companions, and it's not my true home, but it's where I live right now.
Fair enough. Well, I think after this whole thing, the tents being gone, I think we'll be making our way back to Valdiras. So, whenever you are back in the city, we may still be around. You can search us out. I'm sure my lord will be more than happy to pay you for your services.
I'm sure I'll be asked around for you then if I am ever need.
Okay.
Some employment.
All right. So he'll kind of give you a nod, turn, look to you all, kind of give you a farewell, and then hoisting the tent over his shoulder, he will start to make his way, following the road back the direction that you all came. And so, okay, I'll say as far as the meat stuff goes, you're definitely able to butcher these bears pretty effectively, and take care for the meat and start to get it kind of smoking and salted as you would. So I'll say then, how many
Could we
rations?
do anything with the pelts? Actually, this is another dumb question, kind of.
You probably
Could
could.
we-
Yeah, you could probably sell them.
I mean, we've got a wagon, so why not? If we can skin them, just roll them up and like. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but don't you need like to bleed the meat first, so it doesn't have like any like blood or any juices or stuff like left? I think that would take a while.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got logs here. If all you need is rope, like if you want to go.
Yeah,
field
like you can
dressing,
do it, but
things
you can't do it like in 20 minutes. That's what that will
Yeah,
take.
no, it's not a twist. It's like a couple of hours
yeah. So
to actually field strip and all of that.
Yeah,
if you're making rations anyway, it is going to take a couple hours. Otherwise, you're just like carrying a bunch of.
exploration.
yeah, I would say then, like you can spend some time doing it, taking care of it, while also like getting as much rest as you can. And I'll say for the purpose of things, so if you're going to spend the time kind of smoking the meat to be able to get some rations out of it, as well as, you know, taking the furs, at least in a way that you could potentially turn them into something, you know, valuable or just as a pelt to have down the line, then I will say that you'll get the benefits of a rest. So you can go ahead and click the button that says rest for the night on your character sheet.
Cool. One question I had. With a treat wound success, isn't it supposed to remove the wounded condition? So,
Yeah,
like,
but
they
we're
have-
doing a different. Yeah, we're doing a
We're
different.
doing a different one, right?
Yeah,
right. Okay,
so-
that's fine.
So if it removes it, I'm gonna add it back, just so you know.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because we're doing.
No, it's there. It's still there. It's still
Okay,
there.
cool.
So-
Yeah.
Before the rest, Scrooge would like to like approach Ignus and say, "Hey, Ignus, is this really you act like this is your first time in the wilderness? Are you some sort of princeling who needs protection and can't hold his own?" And accuses Ignus of really not doing his part right now.
Sometimes people get unlucky.
Hmm.
Trust me, I have my own demons to wrestle with to be caught this badly off guard.
If it's your own demons you're facing, and please don't try to drag me down with it. But I suppose mistakes always can happen.
Look, I already told you, I won't heal you anymore. That's the most I can offer.
That was the first thing.
I won't
Ignis,
try to
I-
treat you. That's the most I could do for you.
Yeah, it's fine, Ignis, but I just noticed, like, in the last
8 hours
your performance just didn't.
impressed me very much.
I am not here to impress you. I'm here to survive.
Well, then I hope
Shadow
you start
like-
doing
Some impressing, or you won't do much surviving.
Yes, noted.
All right. So, all right. So you all went ahead and got well rested. Harsian, you want to attempt
Where's the
to?
button for that?
Sorry, let me see.
It's on the sheet. It's like that little bad icon.
Yeah, it looks like.
Ah,
the
yeah,
red
yeah.
icon.
I got it. Thanks.
There you go. There you go. So, Harsian, you want to borrow a healer's kit and start to kind of fix yourself up. So you can go ahead and roll treat wounds, which is under exploration. So
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know,
Yeah,
technically I don't have one of my own.
oh yeah. So who shall offer up their healer's tools to Harsian?
Ignis can offer it up.
Okay.
So,
All right, there you go. So
I'll give you a patch up too if you want.
can't be
I mean,
healed,
you're,
but you bring yourself up another 10 points. Harsian.
I mean, if Harsoon would, but he actually, can he do it twice? He can't do it on himself again. But he
yeah,
can-
but I can do it on you. Since I
yeah,
have,
yeah.
I was offering since
I'd
I have the
welcome
miss
that.
modifier.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think you can't be healed again, right? Remember?
Yeah,
Like,
he's immune to the tree to wounds.
Yeah.
section, I think.
so you need like another hour. And I mean, there's a couple of
I think
hours passing
within
here,
an
so
hour, I don't know.
yeah, there's a couple hours passing here, so I'd say it's fine with trying to heal each other up. So
Yeah, if we
Yeah.
get a rest anyway, like this is small.
yeah, so
Here's Ignis.
we'll say 3. Oh wow. So
I love it.
Ignis,
I-
yeah, Ignis, you'll
Oh
At
my
take.
least, he can fight. While
Oh my god.
at least he knows the way around the
Oh
weapon.
my god.
Here's number
6
2.
damage.
6 damage out of the
Oh
10.
my
The 10.
god.
Yeah. Ooh.
There you go.
There's the
Alright.
second.
So
And
we'll say then
the-
that's.
and
So
the
we'll say
third.
that's.
Yep.
That brings you up. So rather than
4.
take 6, just add 4.
4.
Yeah.
And then the final roll. Hey.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. So you are fully healed up, Ignis. You've been patched up.
right.
Still wounded, right? That an attack like that doesn't
All right.
wear off.
Wounded
with
doesn't
ease.
affect the max HP though, right?
No, what wounded does is whenever you go into dying, it let me see. want to be sure to explain this. So you've been. All right. If you gain the dying condition while wounded, you increase your dying condition value by your wounded value. So if you have 1 wounds, you say you go down normally, right? You'll go down by 1, and then you'll add an additional dying value on top. But say you get crit, right? That's an automatic 2 plus 1 if you're wounded, so that's 3. So you're already on like a single roll and you're dead. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
There
So
you
like
go.
basically at this one, if I go down, I'm at 2 dying. If it's a crit down, it's like 3 dying. That's
Exactly.
basically what.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No other implication on like any other attributes or
Nope.
stats or anything. Like that.
It's literally
Right.
just the dying. Yeah. It's really just what makes like it makes it so that it stops the whole 5e up and down with no consequence type of healing and dying. So
Massive internal bleeding, just like held together by tape.
yeah.
And
yeah. This time you got to wear the wound for quite a bit. So with that taken care of, all right. Is anybody else going to be going for any healing of any sorts in this time? I think
Ignus is gonna take a moment and just like acknowledge that to Shad very as neutrally as he can, just be like, thank you for not killing me twice.
yeah.
I feel like I mean I want to say thank you for saving my life, but I'm not sure I can say that exactly. But thank you for what you did, regardless.
Fair enough.
Well, that's sort of magnanimous of you. No, I did bring you back from the brink, but you know, you can owe me. Be my stick.
Be your what?
The stick for the mouth. You can clean it for me.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
find another way to repay that debt somewhere down the line. He's just gonna be like, head back to the wagon and just like sort of stuff.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I would also like to go to Hersian and like more like whisper so the others don't hear. I don't know how you view this, but I think we need to kind of rely on each other. The other two are not impressing me right now.
I hope I can rely upon everyone, but seems like I have to choose my companions more wisely.
Well, you certainly have shown your worth in battle. So
I should be. I am a Dragon Knight after all.
I hope to see you continue with your current performance. And I will. I will try to. Yeah, I will try to do my best as well.
All right. So, next few hours kind of roll by. You are not bothered by any other travelers or anything along those lines. The road seems completely clear, and Frank and the others he may have been with seem to have bought the ruse that surely was not anything that happened. And so you spend some time crafting up some rations, as well as some fur pelts, I guess you'd say. You know, taking advantage of the spoils of war that fighting these two massive beasts has given you. And so, I was gonna say, in total, a full bear, how many rations? Yeah, so you get a ton of meat. So I'm gonna say, like, you can basically tell me how many rations you attempt to get out of this meat, because it's gonna be a lot. How many do you look to take, basically, for how long, right? And we'll give them over. Or what we can do is just say that for the remaining of this campaign, you do not have to worry about the possibility of losing out on rations or anything like that, right?
Yeah, I like the
with
second
that.
option.
Yeah, I like that
Okay,
option.
perfect.
Less
All right.
tracking
Awesome.
for all of us.
Just-
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
but guys, remember though, we got to keep track of the wagon. If the wagon's gone, then
Yeah, exactly.
that
That's what I'll say.
sweet
Yeah.
bear meat goodbye.
There you go. So, yeah, you load the wagon with as much rations as you could possibly need for, the next long while, and more so, even after you get back to Valdiras, you'll probably have some on hand. But in any case, you have that, and then I'll track it so it doesn't have to be on anybody's character sheet. But I'll say that you got. How did you want to do the pelts? Do you want to do two full bear pelts?
Like, I'm okay to try and roll for how much we can recover, but basically just like enough leather so you can make like cloaks or stuff, something like that.
Okay,
maybe.
fair enough. Like, cloaks, jackets, something, or cloaks. Since you were the one who wanted to kind of run into the fray, skinning specifically. I'll say we can roll for it.
Nature, would that be okay? I have proficiency in like.
Let's see. Nature or. I think nature would work. Yeah, that'd be fine.
All right, I'll do a nature roll.
All right. I'll say you get, you basically get,
God.
like the bear rugs, like the full bear rug. You get one of them out of this entire two.
Oh,
the second
God.
one, you're cutting, and it keeps breaking, and
Yeah, it's like just there's too much like meat contaminating it or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah.
Too much blood. Yeah. All right. So
It's just really good rolls.
there you go.
Just
Yeah. So you got all the rations you could want, but the fur. They say you got like one bear rug if you choose to have it. That'll get finished up. And so, as the time passes, you all jump back onto the wagon and start to continue your path forward. And so, hopping back in, clearing up any signs of the encampment as best as you can, packing down your own tents, tossing them into the back of the wagon, ensuring that you're all set. Escucho, you jump back up, you take the reins, and you are the only one capable, or the only one halfway okay. So sorry, I'm getting some messages. Okay. So you start back on your path, heading forward, continuing on, attempting to reach Valdiras, take part in the abundance that his mere presence provides. And so you get back on the road and start to head your way further in the direction. All right, following the path. So how are you traveling? At full speed? You've now come in, because I think initially it was like we'll travel at full speed and then maybe slow down the further along the path we get. How is that? Is that at this point that you would like to do something like that, or is it you still want to travel at full speed? Maybe now after this attack and the time having been spent, kind of wasted of the morning hours. Maybe not wasted, but rations and the bear. Yeah, how would you be feeling? Would you be feeling eager to rush forward, or?
Well, Chad is still very keen.
All right. There we go.
Valdiras.
Is it?
Yeah, Valdiras. That is the solemn you're looking for, basically. And his presence is marked by essentially an abundance of life, right?
So Shaddy's quite keen to be moving in that direction.
Okay.
Like this one time, Ignus is gonna be like, yeah, that's. I do agree. We should keep moving.
Yeah, and just like we didn't ask him specifically, but from like the general vibe and from what he's told us, like Oscar and Frank and stuff are also like nobles from outside the city who want to move like towards the city, so they probably like come down from this road. I think like that's like a reasonable assumption. You don't have to say anything to that true. Yeah, but in that case, I would also like argue for full speed.
Okay. All right. So yeah, not wanting to lose out on the maximum amount of travel that you could get through the day and rushing ahead. So yeah, crack the whip.
Actually, like what was like the for like hasting for like
Well,
trying to
it's
make
just
up
full
ground.
speed. Hasting is like a momentary ability, right? To like just
no, I don't mean hasting, but like it was like hustle or something.
yeah,
Where
hustle.
you just like
Yeah.
carry along. Like, do we want to do that or like are you guys against that? Like, how are
Well,
guys,
you
feel about
hustling
that?
is you strain
Minutes.
to and it's only for a few minutes.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, hustling would be
That's
like if you were being chased or something, right? And you were like
And that's kind of on foot as well, though, isn't it?
yeah.
We're still going on a wagon, so that'd be different.
Yeah, I mean, you
It'd
could-
be the Constitution modifier of a horse.
Yeah, we could theoretically do the horse, right? To hustle them, like to rush forward. So, but yeah, so you travel as fast as you can, right, without killing the horses, basically. Yeah, and you get off to a quick start. Immediately start to get some good ground underneath you. The day passes. Much of the morning and then into the afternoon. Along the path, maybe you stop at some points to ensure, eat some of this new bear meat while it's still it's super fresh, basically, right? Enjoying that. So it's definitely like a jerky, right? A bit hard to eat. For those of you who have your rations, you'll probably prefer your current rations over the meat at hand, but for those of you without any rations, I mean, it's good to have something to fill the stomach. In any case, continuing to travel on. And so, that 12, okay. All right. The day passes, and as you are about to reach basically to the point where you're starting to think you might need to stop, rest the horses, and relax a bit for the day. The sun is on its way down shortly. You come across, I guess, those from this area. So I guess Ignus and Escucho, the two of you would immediately recognize what this is, and you've probably been on the lookout for him the entire time. But along this path, there are commonly seen rest houses for travelers and merchants that come along the road. And as you see it off in the distance ahead, you actually hear bird song, the sound of birds kind of tweeting, and the two of you would know, based on local customs, that not only is birdsong seen as like good luck when traveling on this road, but these rest houses can be outfitted very well if you need to stop and rest. There's typically a place to water the horses, tie them up, and keep a good watch on them. When traveling this path, these are probably the best ways to rest for an evening.
Seems we have run into good fortune, my friends. Up ahead at this rest house. We should find some respite and some more calm around there. They're most of the time in more safer areas. Some infrastructure to support the horses as well.
These are good, reliable places. If I'm correct, these are Pajareras. I forget what they're pronounced.
Yeah.
He's just gonna think out loud to himself, but yeah, just. Did we decide what the pronunciation was? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think so. Pajareras. Pajareras.
Pájaros? I don't know.
Yeah. It's you need the Spanish R, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, like
Pajareras.
sparrowhawks.
Sparrows.
Aviaries.
Aviaries. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So, yeah. You can say even in these rest houses, they're probably some of the birds, and they sing their song. So occasionally, people look to them as like good luck locations, right? Because they can kind of get some of that bird song on their path while also resting in a typically well maintained building. So, sorry, I just was crapping out.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
If we're pulling up, then Ignus is just going to share some information he knows about the Pajareras, and he's going to say, I think it's a good opportunity to gather some information about what's ahead, and if Valdiras has passed by, or if anyone's encountered him.
Oh yeah. So you're attempting to kind of get a look at it to see if there's any signs of recent activity?
Kind of. Hopefully
okay.
it's just like it's still staffed and people are there, and it's not like a ghost house or something. And if there are people there, then just try to talk to them and see if they have some like local gossip or anything, if they know anything about what's been going on, if they have some insights into if Valdiras has passed by or if anyone's heard anything at all.
Okay.
Spend a few gold, buy some drinks for some people, and then see if that loosens tongues a little.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, so you head on up. All right, so as you pull in, so is that the decision made to rest at the rest house?
How far to this trip are we for the day?
Yeah, it's like another full day of
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it's not like, oh yeah, we're like halfway through the day.
No, this is it's definitely like the latter half, and you were looking to stop eventually, so coming across this is kind of like a nice momentary reprieve from the path.
Yeah, we should stop.
Okay.
Okay. Be here, right? Right, guys? No one would steal from this place.
Oh, so I guess I'll fill you guys in. For the two that know, which would be Ignus and Escucho, you know that typically only the most vile of piece of shit is going to kind of mess with one of these rest houses, right? They're typically well maintained, they're financed, like it's the kind of thing that everybody who has to take this path enjoys, bandits and travelers alike. So there's like a unofficial, right, it's not necessarily by law or anything, but there's like an agreement that rest houses are typically like safe spaces, so there have been times in the past where something like this has happened, or where a bandit has like attempted to rob a rest house or take advantage of that, and it's always ended very badly for the person who attempts to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how you would think about this drill, but like maybe Escucho in his past would have camped outside or been involved in an attack in the rest house.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah, for sure, because it's not necessarily like a regional thing for you, right? This is more like, I guess, for the locals at the very least.
Yeah, I'm aware of the custom.
Of the custom, though. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So you're pulling up. No valet or anything like that, but there is a place, thankfully open for you to park the wagon and tie off the horses. So she'll all hop out. assume Ignus, I guess maybe you the most, because you've got a couple of gold in pocket. You make your way inside, kind of leading the others who are maybe a bit unsure, right? A place like this, it sounds kind of like almost like a tall tale to Shad, right? Like, no way, right? A place where bandits and travelers alike, you know, they're not going to mess with each other. We don't have to worry about our shit getting stolen. Like, something like that. That sounds a little wacky to you, Shad.
Absolutely.
But technically it's still kind of an inn, right? So at the very least, you make your way in, and the interior of this place is, again, well cleaned, well taken care of. There are a few individuals, seem like solo travelers. One of them is they've had a time, right? They are injured very clearly. Spots on their armor have been shredded by, you know, some form of attack, and they just look like they're down in the dumps, probably very happy to be in a place like this. He is just sitting there kind of nursing a drink. He's got long black hair, kind of greasy on his body. Even as you walk in, this guy smells. Shad.
Seeing the injuries, Shad's going to turn to Ignus and say, "Okay, Doctor, I see an opportunity here to barter some rooms. I am going to come out and claim to be a highly skilled medical practitioner who has saved 2 lives today, and we are going to barter for rooms. Do you agree?"
Technically, that's not a lie, but you know what?
Technically, the truth is the best kind of truth.
Don't
Well,
don't
May-
talk
may-
yourself out of a good deal. You did save. Oh, okay. Actually, just for reference, is that bandit we came in with? Is he still with us, or he's on his way? Right? He's not with us anymore.
Who?
Like we
He's
said,
going the other way.
he went another way. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going another way. They're going back to Valdiras.
All right. So he's gonna say, all right. You know what? Before you start bartering, let me talk to the barkeep. This is still kind of not my hometown, but this is kind of close to where I grew up. So at least let me handle the initial introduction, and then you can begin your tale of saving lives. So
Yeah, and
let me handle the initial
maybe leave out the part about the highly skilled doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor is just enough.
Yeah. All right. So,
I was going to give Escucho a hurts drug.
fair
You
enough.
can't see his expression.
Yeah, so the bartender and kind of tavern owner, I guess is what you could call him, rest house owner, was kind of just sat back, you know, everything's clean, so he's actually just kind of sitting back, kind of relaxing, you know, kicked back with no issue. So as you walk in, so that was one figure. The other figure that is sitting here, so there's only 2 people beyond the bartender, whatever you want to call them, that are in here, travelers. One of them is a really roughed up looking guy. The other one is someone who looks just fine. They're just kind of sitting there. It seems like they're reading through a tome of some sort. So Ignus, you approach, and he'll just kind of, he's got his legs kicked up, but as he sees you approach, he'll just kind of slowly put him down and kind of stand up. Yes, how may we be of service? He's kind of wiping his eyes like he's tired.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure it's been a long day for you. It's been a long day for us as well. We're outbound from Valdiras, and it's been a rough journey for us. So we would like to rest up for a little bit, recover, just rest our wagon in the safety of the aviary, and if you will, I think just for now, just some light refreshments for my companions and for your other 2 guests. And he's gonna drop like, I don't know, like 2 gold, or
Wow.
hoping that should cover.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, this is for now, and then once that's done, we can talk further. If that's all right with you, good sir.
So the 2 gold is more than enough to secure rooms for everybody and buy drinks. So,
Yep.
you know, Yeah, that is more than he'll take the 2 corners.
It's roughly the same as like in D&D, right? That most things cost like copper or like maybe a couple
Exactly.
silver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
especially in this, right? We're going on a more, we're back to like 2 gold is a very healthy amount, right? So, he'll be like, oh shit, okay. Your rooms will be, and he'll kind of reach back and grab a couple of keys. Go ahead and take the rooms. We'll be sure to make sure the horses, if you brought any with you, are taken care of. And as far as drinks, you do not have to worry for the rest of the evening. So,
So with that, then I think what Ignus is gonna do is he's just gonna just have a quick huddle with the other guys, with the rest of the crew, and he's gonna say, well, we should be safe to rest for now. I think this is as good an opportunity as any. If you're feeling rested, it's a good opportunity to get some information on the whereabouts of the solemn and any other threats we might face along the road. So I might talk with Innkeeper. Like the person with the tome, I think would be more amenable to someone who knows magic and other things. And Escucho and Hercian, I think you might be able to talk to the guy who's kind of beaten down, looking like he's had a rough time on the road. That's just my suggestion. This is, again, you can feel free to rest up all you want, but if we get some information, they'll probably help us after we leave.
all right. Shad's going to give cheery waves as it hasn't been that rough of a journey for him. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Also, we'll handle that really quick. Shad. You give cheery waves, and the guy who's been injured just kind of gives you like fuck you kind of look. He really sells it with his eyes, like fuck off. He's not as cheery, but Escucho, what's up?
Yeah, you said the guy was like reading a tome. I would like first from like our spot like close to the counter would like to investigate the tome further and see if I can glean anything about its contents. Like what it is about.
To get a good look at it, because the way he's got it kind of placed out on the table, he's kind of hunched over it. So to get a decent look at it, you probably have to approach him to talk to him or something. I mean, I guess you could give like a perception check to see if you can see much, but the way he's got it, he's hunched over it. It's kind of hard to tell what's on the page.
Yeah. Then I would like to like definitely approach like quietly first and like look at the tome first before doing anything with it. Like if he's like so enthralled with his book,
He's definitely.
I hope I can.
Just
approach him.
Yeah, go ahead and go ahead and give me the roll. Just a straight perception roll. I'll say you didn't have to like really make the stealth check, because in a place like
I would
this,
just use a short skill anyway and have a 17 or something.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So he wouldn't notice. 13. So as you try to get a good look, he is kind of hunched over, and with the 13 you're gonna kind of glean like a couple of symbols on the page that look a bit to you occult. You're not immediately aware of what they are, but you're only kind of able to catch a quick glance as he kind of quickly turns the page and kind of essentially kind of reestablishes himself like above and over this tome, kind of reading it closely.
Can you describe her, like his like outfit or like bearing or like his equipment?
At a quick glance, everything that you can see on quick glance, he's got a long black cloak on, kind of like a traveler's cloak. It looks like it's been worn for quite a while. The clothing he is wearing seems loose fitting. For you've been in this region long enough that you would have seen people come this way from north. But you get the feeling that this individual, comes from the Karth Desert. Just based on appearance, you've seen a few people kind of come from that part of the world. He appears as such. The same kind of clothing, same kind of loose, fabric-y clothing.
Yeah, and like a bit like colorful and like with patterns and stuff.
Actually no. It's
No?
the same kind of material, but what he's wearing is full black, like dark.
Ah, yeah, but like, can I gleam at like tribal clothing or anything like that, like underneath, or does he have like, or can I just like see his like cloak?
Yeah, you can just kind of see the above part, right? Like getting a better look at, specifically like if anything's like more beyond. It's kind of like all kind of pulled in, so it's not really on display easy. And I'll say like with a 13, you probably can't take a good look at it. Yeah.
And then I want to like think about my approach a bit. So someone else can go first.
All right. So Shad, you looking to talk to anyone wounded?
Yes, he's going to go forward and he's going to sort of ply his trade as a healer while also pumping them for information.
Okay. So yeah, the only injured person in here is the one who kind of gave you the fuck off kind of look earlier as you shook your hand at him, like, hey, how you guys doing?
Totally oblivious to the mood of that.
Yeah.
Shaddy's gonna focus in on him and move forward.
He'll kind of look up at you. What do you need? He kind of says, just exasperated, like, what do you need?
I can't help but see that you're in rough shape. Now, I am a highly skilled healer and medical practitioner. I have saved 2 lives just today. Would you like my assistance?
Kind of looks you up and down. Roll me a diplomacy.
While he's looking him up and down, Shad's picking dirt from under his fingernails.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah, roll me a diplomacy, but roll me with a -2 modifier.
Just for fun. Right, okay.
Okay, so that's a -2 on there, so it's still a 19.
What?
Did you not add the -2? I did put the -2 in. I don't know why I didn't add it.
You look like you know a thing or two. Actually, yeah, I do have this. It's bothering me. How much would you charge?
Well, what did you have in trade that you could spare?
Really, what you see is what you get with me. Don't have much valuable other than the. Thankfully, I've still got some coin. He's like searching himself over to see if he's got anything special. That's about it. I could trade you coin for service, but other than that, I mean, I couldn't part with my weapon or anything along those lines. I kind of need them to get where I need to go.
Very, very well, very well. I'll tell you what, let's see how this goes, and we'll have a chat after. But before I start, please could you just speak up a little bit when you say you think that I kind of look like I know what I'm doing, and just so that guy over at the bar can hear it.
Yeah. He's kind of confused by that request. He kind of looks around like, okay, he does it, but it's not like he doesn't really put any emphasis on it, right? He just kind of like, it looks like you know what you're doing. So this wound, and he kind of points, and a part of where his armor has been kind of shredded open, right? You can see he's done somewhat of a patch job on himself, but it definitely looks like it needs a bit of work.
Let's go for it then. So it's street wounds, yes?
Oh yeah. Treat wounds. I think if you just click the macro, the treat wounds macro.
Yeah, just click treat wounds in the thing.
Yeah.
Can I track right here?
Okay.
That could have gone better.
No, I'll say for the sake of this.
No, I think.
Yeah, I'll say for the sake of this, because he's not a PC, right? He's an NPC. I'll say that the DC on this is 10. So I'll say you do successfully do success. Although, I mean, with a 13, like it's not like you did it with, like you did it, but not with any kind of amazing sort of skill to involve. I mean, you got the job done.
Well, this is very unfortunate. Somebody's been in here before me and complicated the whole situation.
Right. Yeah, I had to do what I could do. Ignus.
So at first, when he got the guy to speak up, he would have just like seen from over the bar and just like rolled his eyes a bit. But as he completed the surgery, he didn't just exhale loudly and ask the tavern keeper to please just give this guy another drink, please,
Okay.
on our tab, whatever the strongest stuff you have, so he at least doesn't curse our soul as he leaves.
Okay. So, absolutely, yeah. The bartender would kind of like smirk and kind of nod.
Good job.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Not disturb the reading man, but we'll watch him for a bit to see if he learns anything new while being kind of stealthy about it. Okay. What was the cost for the healing, Shad?
Well, he's gonna just ask him what happened and where he's come from, and
okay, all right.
Asking information. Find out what's happened on he's seen on the road.
Yeah.
And just if he's seen any abundance of floral growth or anything like that.
Fair enough. So yeah,
without mentioning names.
No mentioning names, absolutely, but he does give you like a look like he knows. Well, yeah, I can pay you for your service, Evolus. Me and a couple of others I was traveling with were set upon by I do not know his name, but he had a number of knights with him and a very fancy wagon. I think a lord of some type.
Oh yes, we passed him on the way up here. We believe he stole some tents.
It wouldn't surprise me. Although I am surprised, I guess, to say that you are you and the others. Well, he kind of like fully, as he glances around at the others, he kind of sees Ignus. He's like, oh, never mind. He was gonna say like you guys came away unscathed. You get the feeling he's just assuming that the four of you were attacked by them as well. Yeah, they set upon us without any warning of any sort. Just we weren't doing anything. We were simple travelers making our way to Valdiras. The others I was with unfortunately did not make it. It's just me, and I'm thankful to have gotten away with my life, but I am here to rest a bit before making the final leg of the journey back to Valdiras.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. What became of your friends? Did you just have to leave them?
Yeah, I couldn't risk staying.
Well, I just rest easy. If we find your friends, I'll be sure to lay them to peace. I'm a gravedigger by trade, as well as a healer.
Well, then I would be appreciative of that if that does happen. The abundance of life you mentioned.
What should I be looking out for where your friends are?
Well, I mean, I had to run, so I found myself lost a bit along the path. For me, it took me 2 days of travel to get here from where we were attacked, but I don't know, using the road, it might be a bit quicker. I had to make my own way here, which is a bit rough. You and the others, your traveling companions, just be safe. And the mention that you had of a abundance of life, as you put it, we did in our travel come across a kind of leans in close now, a strange being of some sort. He was a rather large man, I guess, and he dragged with him a large coffin. He pulled it behind him as he moved.
Oh, a coffin, you say?
Yes. We could hear sounds from inside of it, scratching, like there was something trapped inside that coffin, wanting to get out.
Oh, it's probably nothing. It's probably chickens or something like that. We're traveling a bit light ourselves, but people, they pack up their homes and they go. I'm sure it's harmless.
He just kind of waves it off, like, come on. And anyway, it's not like I could do anything about it. But I saw him on my way here, and in his wake, I guess, life was first taken and then restored.
That's very interesting. About how long was this before you boys were set upon?
Well, no, it was just me. It was actually after I got attacked, just about a day ago.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we're square. That's very useful information. We'll be sure to stay clear of this scary-looking fellow, him and his chickens. What's your name, friend?
My name, kind of looks.
You've forgotten your name.
No,
it must have been terrible injury.
Just that's he kind of leans in. If you and your friends are traveling the path to, if your intention is to continue this direction, to Terius, you will surely cross this being, and I am no coward, but I myself was full of fear seeing this thing with my own eyes, so I cannot stress that you should keep some distance. My name is Daniel.
Well, thank you very much, Daniel. And if we should cross paths again, you can call me Jim.
Jim? Okay. Well, it's good to meet you, Jim. Thank you. So, escucho. Not wanting to disturb the reading guy. As you watch him, keeping eyes on him, we'll say in the whole time this has been happening, maybe like 15 minutes or so has passed. And the guy reading the book will actually kind of lift the book so that its back is kind of facing you. The book itself is a kind of matching the cloak that he's wearing. It is a deep black leather, and it is bound kind of tightly, and he kind of holds it open. There's no markings on it. There's no like a typical book would have, a name, at least like an author kind of printed upon it somewhere. This just seems like a plain black book, and so he will kind of hold it up for a moment and then close it and kind of like quickly kind of stow it underneath his arm and kind of look around for the first time. Like he's noticed there's more than just himself in this room. And he'll kind of like quickly glance around. His eyes kind of fall on you for a moment, but he doesn't like really make a note of you. And he kind of just looks around and he's like, looks like he's getting prepped to kind of stand up and maybe make his exit of some sort. So, what do you do?
Yeah, I don't think I feel like any like real reason to talk with him right now.
Okay.
As usual, we'll just keep watching.
Fair enough. Yeah, he'll kind of just he's holding onto this book tightly though. There's like a paranoia almost like in the way he kind of grips it and kind of looks around. He'll kind of stand up.
Try to like glean how he feels about when he like notices there are like not more people like in the tavern. Like how does he react?
Go ahead and roll me another perception check to kind of read his face to see if like 25 total. He's, by the way he's kind of gripping on, like he's got this like death grip on the book, right? And as the way he kind of looks around and kind of notices people, there's a deep kind of anxiety or paranoia that like immediately comes across his face, right? And so he kind of quickly stands up where he is, and he will kind of look around, and you'll see him kind of fumbling in his pocket before he pulls out a key. It seems like he's going to go to his room. He starts to turn and make his way. He does have to pass by you as he does so, though. So kind of turns and starts to move around. He's still keeping his head is on a swivel, right, as he kind of looks to you all. But he doesn't want to. It doesn't seem like he wants to engage in conversation. So,
does it like almost look like he wants like to flee the room of people, or is he just like more like annoyed and?
No, it looks like he's kind of running almost. Yeah, like he's basically doing his very best to not run, right? To like, you can see he's trying to like, he's trying. You get the feeling that if it weren't weird, I guess he would just run away, but he's not running now. Like he's kind of like he's keeping himself under control enough to kind of just quickly exit the room as best, like as quick as he can without notice.
Yeah, as just like golden snake eyes would just follow him, like very interested in what he's trying to hide.
Okay. Yeah, he will. Yeah, head to the hallway that leads to the rooms, and make his way down. And
but I wanted to take notice to like which room is his.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure like what's the layout of this place is right now. If I can just see it from my place, or
I'll say you can see it from your place where you're standing. Because kind of like once you're standing at the bar, you see all the way down the hallway that leads to the rooms, right? So we'll see you've got a spot closer to where the bar is, might be, and you can see down, and so you kind of follow him, and it seems like he has the very first room, as you kind of. On each side, there are doors. He's got the very first one on the left. And so he kind of quickly goes to it, unlocks it, and then enters in and kind of closes the door quickly behind him.
Yeah, that's noted for now.
All right.
Scrooge starts thinking.
Okay, so Shad, you approach the bar. Start to getting a cocktail of some sort going. The guy listens to you, but he just doesn't seem like he really has any understanding of what you're asking for. But in the end, at the very least, he can give you the cherry on a stick, and you'll just kind of put that in one of the drinks and kind of hand it over. Herson, is there anything you want to do in this new place? If you're talking, your mic is muted.
Hello?
Go to you then.
Yeah, there you go.
Shoot. I'm sorry, I had to take care of something for the past few minutes.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, in the middle of this place, there's been two people kind of taken care of, and one of them was has quickly exited the room, and the other is kind of sitting there, who got healed up by Shad. But beyond that, you have well, at the very least, Ignus has keys for everybody to have a room. So all of that is paid for, and drinks are paid for through the evening as well.
So, does it
I
look
think
like the person who's like doing the drinks and all that? Does it seem like he's like part of this establishment, or that he's at least been here a good while?
Yeah, the one who is making the drinks, absolutely. Yeah, it looks like he's the owner.
Then I'll actually head over to him.
Okay. Yeah. What would you have? Kind of asks you expectantly as he waits behind the bar.
Kind of just like, I presume it's like a somewhat open bar, right?
Yeah.
At least able to see the drinks. Since he kind of just points at one at random.
Okay. Are you sure? He kind of asks you.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. I'll kind of turn. How much would you like?
Not much. We'll need to leave early tomorrow.
Okay. He'll pour like half a shot. There you go.
Appreciated.
He kind of looks at you. He's got this expected look on his face as you take the cup. He's looking close.
Right. How much?
No, it's been paid for by your friend.
Kind of, he's just trying to read. This is not a situation Arceon's used to, right?
Yeah,
he's trying to suss out like what to do, what to ask. He figures that this is probably the guy who has the most information out of anyone here.
Yeah, Shad raises his drink up to you, like, and the guy behind the bar will kind of quickly pour himself something else, definitely not this, and he will raise it as well to you, and he'll drink it back. So you drink it?
Yeah.
All right, roll me a fortitude save.
Don't worry, I'm an expert.
Yeah.
No, it says right there on my sheet I'm an expert.
Okay, so you take it back and it burns like fire going down. Maybe you've never experienced this in your life, right? This is a new sensation entirely. You have to cough it up, right? Like, you know. But actually, no. I'll say with the 16, you're able to drink it down without coughing. But it really makes your face turn. You're like, right? And the guy who's drinking, he kind of like has this stuck smile on his face, right, as he looks at you, right, like as you fucking take this drink down, and he's like, oh my god. Oh
my god, he just took it all.
Yeah. And as it goes down beyond the deep burning that you get, it finally kind of clears, and as it settles in your stomach, oh man, it does not feel good. It's like somebody has lit a fire in your stomach. It's immediately filled with this warmth that is uncomfortable, and you're kind of like having to kind of hold at it, like, oh fuck, you know. To be honest with you, I've never seen somebody drink so much in one go. Another?
It's like I guess like a will save would be like the best, like determination of like what a wisdom would be, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Basically, because my thought is that like Harcion's trying to fit in.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know if taking another shot is like the smart idea or not.
Okay. Yeah, give me the will save.
Yeah.
We'll say
Oh, strong will.
Yeah, you know it is in your best interest to absolutely not drink another drop of this. Based on how it's settled in your stomach, you get the feeling that if you had any more, or if you were just a bit less capable of taking a drink like this, you would have been in some serious pain. Shad, go ahead.
Oh, that looks very pleasant, Hershon. Come on, bottoms up.
Oh,
You're a bad
Oh.
influence.
Oh no, not the
You are
peer
a
pressure.
Horrible
not the
influence.
peer pressure. Oh God, I've never experienced this. Yeah, we'll get another shot.
You'll get another shot?
Yeah, it's
Oh, man.
Harcion in his thought is like, because the really funny thing, he knows. Let me get up the feat here. So like, he specifically has this. Oh, there's not a pop out for it for dragon spit. Because like the
Dragon
flavor
spit.
for like him producing flame is that it, like comes from his mouth.
Okay.
So my thought is like, like a dragon has like a special part of their throat. It's like,
Sure.
oh, I felt like a fire like this before, something like this before.
Okay, fair enough.
So
fair
he's like,
enough.
no, this is, maybe this could even help
Yeah,
his fire breathing.
it can help quench the flame. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
So he's gonna take another shot.
All right, and Shad.
That's right, Hershon. You only live once. Apart from the doctor who
Okay.
gets a second attempt.
All right. So he pours you another. The same amount, or would you like a bit more?
Another shot.
Okay. He'll pour basically double the amount of the first time. Yeah.
She's
he
like,
kinda-
oh wait, I can't just be like, pour half of it out now. That's just rude.
Yeah. So
Especially since he just asked for it.
so he'll push it over to you, and there's this look of like amazement in his eyes as he kind of sees you and watches you, and he'll pour himself something else, another drink, right, to kind of drink with you, and he'll put his hand out again, and kind of go to clink it together with yours as you take the drink, and he'll drink fully and drop it.
Harcion is going to, like, this time, seeing the amazement in the guy's eye, he's going to play it up a little,
Okay.
He's going to, like, stand up, drink it a little bit slower for that dramatic effect.
Okay.
And then the second he downs the drink, he's going to slam it down. And then he's going to use his dragon spit feature just to do, like, a small, like, breath of fire from his mouth.
Okay.
If he doesn't absolutely die from this second shot.
Yeah. So now give me another fortitude save.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no, a disaster.
Oh no!
Disaster strike.
Oh no!
So,
You wanted to be so cool.
Hercion, as you take this drink fully, you slam it down, and for a moment you're okay, and then you make this. I'll say as you slam it down, right? You produce this small bit of flame from your mouth, and the bartender is like, "Oh my!" Like his face is melting at like what he is seeing. Like he is so surprised, and for a moment you feel really good. You feel the flame going down, and you feel like you really did it. And then the three of you watch as Hercion kind of stiffens up for a moment, and then he falls completely unconscious, slamming into the ground behind him. And you are going to be unconscious for at least 8 hours. Holy shit. If you had failed the first one, like a normal fail, and then you took another one like this, and you failed this one, it would have literally been death. Yeah, so all right.
I thought like the second I saw the one, and I'm like, wait, fire, alcohol. Oh no!
Yeah, you were thinking boom. No.
Yeah.
No, it's another type of boom. It's a mental boom as you stand there and you're proud of yourself. You drank it back, and then everything goes black to you, and then you just slam on the ground. Boom. So the others, you all watch this happen. And the bartender is just like sitting back like in amazement. He kind of looks to you, Shad, and he's like, "Oh my, like, I've never seen anybody do that. You should check on your friend. He might be dead."
And
Oh.
Shad's there, just gonna casually be sipping very carefully on his cocktail and go, "Doctor, your patient."
Got a face.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
now you can say to that one guy that you've saved 4 lives today.
All right. So
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you go for a third? Because I'm not the one who asked him to take another tankard of whatever this is.
Look, I can't help it that he can't handle his booze. I'm drinking very responsibly here myself. In fact, you know, I've been drinking. I can't handle a scalpel or a stick in my condition. Doctor.
Well, I think you just continue.
I hate you all. Hate you all. But he's unconscious. Can I just do a quick medicine check to see that he's unconscious and not wounded? Can you just do that? Can you just do that?
I'm not dead. Yeah. Make a quick medicine check as you look over his body to ensure that he's not dead.
Well, the chat
Watch me
is
fail this.
is the grave digging
man.
business.
Oh my god!
You go down
I'm
and
not-
his breathing is so shallow. Ignus, you believe that he is dead. Hercian is dead.
Oh, Perseid is dead. Oh no! I'm just gonna wake up in a casket in the middle of this place.
All right.
Is
So
the chat a gravedigger by trade? I think
Shad is a grave digger by trade.
it doesn't look good.
all right. So then I'm gonna immediately look up and just point at Chad and go, "Well, you know what? He is dead. So maybe you can miracle him back to life, because I can't do anything now."
Wait, he's
Holy shit.
Uh,
I've never seen anybody die from that. The
well.
bartender is like,
What was that, by the way? He just
Yeah,
asked
but
about.
yeah, I wanted to ask, like, do I know this drink?
yes, the two of you know, well, I actually, yeah, the two of you would know this. This is a very popular kind of like machismo drink where people will drink like a thimble, right? In an effort to kind of show their strength. This is known as liquid fire. And yeah, drinking too much of it absolutely will kill you. Maybe in the past you've seen people who have been injured, or maybe you've had interactions with those who thought they were, a bit stronger, right? To drink something, a bit more than this, more than the thimble. But like the thimble is typically the way it's served. And so, this is a supremely powerful drink. Plenty of people die from it, but it's like it's an effort to show your strength, sort of deal. To show how strong you are, how much you can handle.
Oh no, not the most useful member of this party. How could this happen?
How did this happen?
Who could have told him to drink more?
Chad is the grave digging business really doing so badly that you have to find more employment? How could we do this?
The bartender kind of lifts his hands like it's what he requested. I didn't. He asked for it. I even made sure if he wanted this.
In disbelief, Escucha would also go to check for any signs of life.
Okay. Yeah, you lean in. I'll say it's a little bit harder, but sure. Go to make a medicine check as you check his body. He's dead.
We're going to be ramping up the difficulty on this.
Twice.
All right. So
19.
yeah. So I'll say the first one was a 10. This one's a 15. And with a 19, thankfully, you're able to hold your hand, and you're able to just feel the hair, or you're able to feel the shallow breathing coming through. He's alive. He's breathing, but he is severely unconscious.
Thank the Lord, whose time will come. I still see some shallow breathing. Ignis, it seems you can't stay watch. you didn't fight very well. Aren't you a doctor by trade? What are you doing?
Ignis is just gonna be
I'm laughing
very
because Escucho is kind of pissed actually.
yeah. Ignis is gonna be like obviously a bit offended, but at this point he's just kind of very unsure of what's going on with his own headspace as well. Like it's been like a bunch of very couple of bad hours.
Yeah.
So let's see, he's not gonna directly respond. He's just gonna be like, I don't have time for this. If he's alive, he's alive. That's good. The rest
I
of it
hope
we
you
can figure out.
have the time of carrying to the bed with me. If you don't screw that up as well.
I think Shad can help you carry him to bed.
Yeah, that's probably better. Chad, can you lend a hand?
Well, just hold on a minute. He's gonna stand up, knock his stool over, probably spill something at the bar. Just let me find my stick.
How much have you had to drink, Shad? At this point?
He's had 3 sips of this cocktail.
Okay, all right, just making sure. So you start knocking shit over, looking for your stick.
He's just checking his pockets for his biting stick.
Yeah.
Just help me put this in his mouth. We'll soon get him on his feet.
Chad, I know you are a doctor of great renown, but I think what this guy needs after this wood fire, I think the only thing he needs is a little bit of rest. It's best you don't use your stick right now. I think at least.
The eternal rest. I understand. I'll go and get my shovel.
Okay.
Not yet, I hope.
Oh no.
If he makes the night, at least.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay, and Shadow will help try and hoist him.
All right. So
now, just a minute. Let's have a quick look at this. Yes, strength is great for Shad's check.
Go ahead.
This is a strength check, yeah.
Yeah, you're looking. I mean, Hercian is a pretty big individual, right? So
yeah, but like with 2 people, do we like still?
Actually, yeah, with 2 people, I'll say then it's fine. Yeah, I'll say that you're able to. One takes the legs, one takes the shoulders, and without needing to make a roll for it, you're able to both kind of hoist them up. And Ignus, you'll have to lead with the key to open up his room door, get him in, and so they can set him in bed. And so, yeah, lifting up Hercian, who will be down for some time. You all carry him into the room, lay him in bed. And so, Shad, you wanted to leave the room last?
Yeah, because Shad's going to case Hercy in the gear.
Okay. Is that all right with Hercian?
Don't worry, I'm not going to take anything. I'm just having a look. I'm having a rummage.
Go ahead. You're not going to fight much.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be real with you.
Yeah. I'll even say, based on the little amount that Hercian actually has on him, you basically get an idea for what he has just carrying him to the room. And so, yeah, he doesn't have much. He's got the typical backpack, which has all the same old shit, rations, water skin, all that stuff. But other than that, all he has is his halberd and a couple of javelins.
And a lot of bear meat.
Yeah, you got some bear meat. We were going to try that, but not tonight.
I've got an elixir of life, but I think this is something that Tom's character gave us, and I don't think it's supposed to last, is it?
No, that's daily last. So it's gone.
It only lasts for a day.
Like 1 day or something.
I was gonna, seeing he had so little, Shad was going to actually pass him something back, but
okay.
we'll leave it there.
When
He's
Tom
He's
not-
not,
Dan's
Shaz's not got anything that he can really pass over. He's not collected any more gear yet.
Fair enough. All right, and so I think this is probably a good time to break. And if there's anything you want to do, like, I'm assuming at least nobody's looking to like sneak into anybody else's room or anything like that.
Yeah, that's where
Um,
I come in.
Yeah, so
I'm
that's
looking to do exactly that.
looking to do exactly that. Okay, then I think it's probably okay. We'll handle it now, and maybe we'll leave on a cliffhanger. We'll see. But so I'll say that the rest of the time for the others passes by until you feel the need to get some rest for the evening, so that you're able to better travel tomorrow. And so each of you will kind of head to your rooms one by one. And so, escucho. Having noted the location or the room, right, that this individual and this book kind of made off to, how are you looking to find a way inside?
Well, I would just try to pick the lock.
Okay, so you'd wait until the evening, kind of come out and try to pick the lock at a better time. So I think it's just stealth, right?
It's not, isn't it thievery? It doesn't matter.
Oh,
it's the same
thievery. Yeah,
modifier.
I think it's thievery. Yeah. So, yeah, you come out later into the evening when it's a bit quieter. You slide the tools in. You start to kind of, give it a bit. But then you hear a quick, like, boom, from inside the room, and you get the feeling that the person inside is awake. So you stop for a moment, and then you can hear from across the door the sounds of footsteps, not approaching the door, but inside the room.
Getting further away from the door, or
Just moving around in the room, just not necessarily. They're not like rushing to the door, is what I should say.
yeah, Askusha was definitely like try to hide anywhere like nearby,
Okay, yeah, you
but
kind
like
of.
also like would be like interesting in listening.
Okay, roll me a perception. Okay, 15. It will say you kind of duck to the side, right? Get down, put yourself out of the line of sight, at least immediately. But you stay close enough to the door to kind of hear from the other side. You can hear rummaging. You can hear, yeah, like the turning of items and such. And so, a few moments pass, and then you hear the steps start to approach to the door itself. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm looking for like a not interested in like hearing like into the room anymore, but I'm still wanting to watch the door and like but hide myself.
Hide
very
yourself.
well.
Okay. So I guess, yeah, roll me a stealth check here then. As you kind of hide as best as you can while keeping eyes. Maybe around a short corner, you're able to kind of press yourself up to it, kind of keep looking around, using much of the wall as cover, but keep an eye at least.
Yeah, I think I just want to use like assurance.
I
Okay,
have
so
a
a
s-
17. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So you take a good enough spot, and then you see the door kind of slowly open, and then you see a figure step out, and they're stepping out very quietly. This figure is not familiar. This is not the same person who initially entered this room. They're taller. They're also wearing very similar clothing. That same Karth desert vibe to it, right? The same fabric types, but they are also wearing dark clothing to ensure that they are not seen. And they will quickly kind of close the door behind them quietly. No sound at all. And they quickly kind of put the book, the very same book, underneath their arm, and they'll turn their back and start to exit the rest house.
But they're a different person, you said? Or
Different person, yes. Similar clothing, all the same all the same features. You don't get a good look at their face because they've got a cloak over their head, right, kind of covering their facial features. But just based on their body alone, this person is quite a bit taller than the other individual and leaner.
And they leave the door open, or do they lock it again?
They just close it. They don't lock it. They just close it behind them.
Yeah, and I would like to know like where he's going. And
Okay, so you follow behind closely. You watch him leave out the front. The bartender is sleeping behind the bar with his legs kicked up, like fully relaxed, sleeping, in a chair. And yeah, this person moves just as well as you do, right? That same quiet step. They are making no noise at all. They're not even creaking the boards of the wood as they walk. You watch them head out the front, come around. You get to the front yourself. You look outside, and you see the figure already settling a horse, and they are jumping. They're kind of throwing their leg over as they climb atop, and looking around one last time. I'm gonna roll something privately. Okay. They look around quickly, and their eyes shoot straight to you as your head is just peeking out the door. You pull your head back, right? I'm going to say you feel confident that before they were able to like really see you, you were able to kind of hide yourself back behind the door. And not wanting to immediately poke your head out, you hear the horse kind of rallied forward, and then you hear the familiar hooves of a horse start to trot away.
Yeah, when there's like just a few seconds have passed, I want to like look inside what direction.
Okay. Yeah. A few seconds pass. They are going towards Terrius, the path forward.
Yeah.
So.
I would think about that. Then before doubling back to my room, I would like to go inside his room and see if he left. Like quietly approach, of course, if there's the other person inside, but the door shouldn't be locked.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you reach the door, you quietly turn it, open it up, and the figure that you had seen previously in the bar, the paranoid figure who had slunk away to his room, is very obviously murdered in his bed. The bloodstain pouring through the sheets. They have been very obviously slain in their sleep and have had that book stolen from them.
I'm actually not sure what I would do in this situation, so that's all right. We can end here.
Okay. We'll pause here as you discover the body, murdered and slain in their sleep. I think Shad was saying that you would have an attempt at reproducing the rune from the zombies on the cloth, and you would look to share what you learned from Daniel at breakfast. So we'll come back around to that. Shad, if you could roll me an occultism check. I will say that you are successful in reproducing that rune to a point where you felt with enough magical energy you could get it to go, but maybe not wanting to, not having like a functional creature that this rune is placed upon. You do not think you think it would work on the appropriate vessel.
So can I make a note of that as a, I don't know, a skill or something?
Absolutely, yeah. We'll figure it out in between now and next week, the best way to kind of place it on the sheet. And so we'll go ahead and pause here. pick up next time and figure out the path forward. So give me a few moments, sign on the stream, and then I'll be right back.
Cheers, Drill.
Cheers. So, all right. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, as the post was, if you'd like to get involved, we're reaching about the halfway mark for most of the campaigns. So eventually we'll be reaching out and looking for new players, I should say. If you'd like to be considered, or if you'd be interested, the best place to be is in the Discord. That is where I reach out to potential players first. So if you'd like to get involved, that'd be the place. If not, we'll see you next time, hopefully, as we come back tomorrow for the sixth session of our Wednesday campaign, Stagnant Waters. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you all had a good day, and hope you all have a good day or an evening, depending on where you are in the world, and maybe we'll see you next time. So peace.